Good board game afternoon, everybody. I hope you can hear me all right and that I'm not blowing your ears out. I hope the music isn't too loud. If you happen to think it is, please let me know. I never know. I'm still getting used to all this stuff. But first of all, let me welcome my guest. You may know him as Black Sheep, but I just call him Mike. My wife calls him Irish Mike because there's only one Mike in Ireland, apparently. But welcome, Mike.
Hey there, how are we all doing?
Ah, you're
Ready
coming in
to die.
crystal clear. There we go. All right, so thank you for joining us if you're here, and if you're watching the replay on YouTube, thank you for that as well. Please like and subscribe and follow and all the other internet-y things that I don't really understand. So, but apparently I'm supposed to say that. So we are going to tackle Too Many Bones today as a two-player game. Hopefully nothing bad happens, because our rolls are always perfect and nothing ever goes wrong when we play. Agreed?
Well, apparently it wasn't our rolls, it was the dice in the Too Many Bones mod.
Ah, okay. It's the dice were fixed. That's what it was.
Yeah.
We're going to be going after Mulmesh today. Once human, now a worgen. Mulmesh has an insatiable hunger for that which he once was. Knowing there is no going back, he lets that hunger fuel his fury towards any non-Ebon Daelorian who stands in his way of exacting vengeance. He is one of the shorter length. I guess they don't really call it difficulty in this game. They call it game length. So he's not the easiest one. He's, next up from there, and they judge it by game length. So you can see the little pips on the bottom. He's a game length of 2 out of 6. That ramps up the more players you add in, of course. And we are going to be, we've tried to mix in some new encounter cards for our starting. If you don't know Too Many Bones, you have 3 starting encounter cards, which are generally the same every time you play. And then they came out with some expansions that let you add newer cards into the mix, and you just randomly draw 3. So we'll see how much our randomizing works. If you are tuning in and you've never played Too Many Bones, a quick overview of the game. This mod, by the way, on TTS is just insanely complete. It's got every expansion, every tyrant, every single thing that has ever come out for Too Many Bones. However, we are just playing the base game. So Boomer comes with the base game, and Mike is going to play Ghillie, who's an add-on character. He does not come with the base game. He is, let's take a look at his mat if we can here. So Ghillie, you can see down right about here, is a ranged character. Is also has a few different skill lines that can call out pets, which we'll get to in a moment. And you can see Ghillie's base stats are a health of 4, a dexterity of 3. Now, dexterity in Too Many Bones is basically what you can do in a turn. The more dexterity you have, the more dice you can roll, the more things you can do. We'll explain that as we go along. He's got a base attack of 2 and a defensive 0. So again, so let's say he wanted to roll, he has 3 dexterity, but he only has 2 attack currently, so he could only roll 2 attack die. His defense is 0, so he couldn't roll a defense die. We are playing on what's called Adventurer mode, and as you can see right there, Adventurer mode allows you to add in 2 health to start with. So we get 2 extra health for a total of 6 for Ghillie, and 1 skill. And it looks like Mike has chosen the multi-arrow skill, which is a die he can roll during an attack to actually it doesn't split the damage, does it, Mike?
No, I believe what it does is that you can use the die twice. So the number on the die, that multi-die, will let me use other attack dice twice.
Okay. So yeah, from what I understand, when you roll, let's say you rolled 2 attack die and this multi-arrow die, if you got a 1 on the multi-arrow die, you could choose one of those 2 attack die you rolled and apply that damage to a second enemy. And where Too Many Bones, it gets a little confusing for some people. There's a lot, you have to look up, what does multi-arrow mean? They're all here. So you would look up the multi-arrow, which you can see right there, and it's telling you these are the different die face you can get. I'm sorry if my hand's moving a lot. I have the shakes today, but and then you would look over here for the definitions of multi-arrow. So the number on the die of your rolled attack dice also hit a second baddie of your choice. So if he had rolled a 2, he could apply 2 of his dice to a second baddie. It's kind of an interesting mechanic, and it allows him, as you can see, skills on the skill mat. Normally I wouldn't go into this, but we've had people ask before. So skills on the skill mat, you have to decide which skill lines you're going into. So if you notice here and here, there's a star. The star means you can choose that skill right off the bat. But let's say Mike wanted to make his way to Marked Enemy, which is a skill that lets you multiply your damage to an enemy. He had to start here on multi-arrow because it has a star. He will then have to take Brute Buster, and then eventually he can get multi-arrow once he gets a training point to put in that line. Is other skill lines for Ghillie, without going into too much detail? This line here, and he can choose any one or all three to start with, is a trap line where you would lay traps before the battle that have different effects. The arrow line, which is piercing arrow, they all have names. I just can't remember what they are. They're up here. So Trapper, Ranger, Marksman, and Zoolinguist. So the Marksman obviously is the piercing arrow, which you could pick first, or Return Fire, which is going to have some kind of damage reflection and in the zone. Don't know what that does. Have to look it up. And then this is his pet line down here. So he can choose a Falcon, a Tiger, or a Wolverine. They all have slightly different skills. You can see we'll show their chips here. Flight. I'm not going to explain all of them right now. Lashback on his Tiger, and Hardy, which means no matter what damage is dealt against our little Yeti Wolverine, he's only going to take 1 damage of that damage. So he can be good too. I've never found, and you can correct me if I'm wrong here, Mike, I've never found the pets to be all that useful as far as damage output. They're very good at absorbing incoming damage. So we'll see what goes on with how Mike decides to develop his board. And that's kind of the beauty of it. You can develop these any way you want. You could pick 1 skill from each or 3 skills from each as you progress, or really push down one line or the other. Any ideas what you're thinking? Or we'll leave that for later.
I might grab a animal just as a tank at some point if I feel that we need it.
Makes sense.
But generally, glass cannon. I'm gonna stand back and hit stuff.
Yes. Now ranged, I'll explain that since he is a ranged character, as you can see, as is Boomer. Ranged means when there is a battle, this is our side of the battlefield. Because we're ranged, we can start in any of the 8 squares, but generally you're a bit weak, so you'll probably start as well as I on this back row, and we can hit any target on the battlefield. Whereas generally if you're melee, you have to start on one of the melee spots, and you also have to move and be adjacent to a baddie in order to attack that baddie. There's an upside to that. They generally have more strength and more health, generally, not in all cases. Downside is they have to waste some of their dexterity moving around. And again, just to explain adjacent, because that's been one of the common confusions in the game. Adjacent means orthogonally next to a baddie. So diagonal does not count in most cases. There are rare exceptions to that. Now I'll take you down and show you Boomer quickly. So Boomer likes to make things go boom. She is a ranged character who is basically known as a bomb maker. She makes grenades and bombs. So there's different bombs you can choose. Down here you can see I can choose a frag grenade and upgrade that to a big boom and upgrade that to napalm, or you can choose a stun grenade, flashbang, smoke screen. They all have different use cases. However, in order to use any of them, so eventually I have to choose and put a die in there when I get a skill point, I actually have to build booms. And the way you build booms for Boomer is I have to roll these dice as part of my dexterity and hopefully get the, bomb components. Once I have at least one of each of the 3 components, I can tick that up and have a bomb in order to eventually throw one of my grenades. That's what I choose to do. I think I'm not going to go any further into the actual character. Oh, you will see that before we started, I started with my extra 2 health, and I decided to put my skill into an extra attack, because I only start with 1 attack, although I do start with 2 defense, which is nice. That's all I can think of to start, and we'll explain the rest as we go. Anything you'd like to add, Mike, as I sip my tea?
Good luck. We're going to need it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, we're going to need it. Generally, I think we have had one victory, but that was, I think, out of 4 games. And we've never beaten Mulmesh. So the way Too Many Bones works is we are in the in-between right now. We haven't left Obendar, which is our city, I guess you could call it. We have... oh, sorry, I should have shown you Mulmesh's card again. So you can see on Mulmesh's card, we need to have 6 progress. In other words, we're trudging through the jungles and the mountains and the forests, and we have to progress 6 times in order to challenge Mulmesh. And the bottom number, the 9, means we have 9 days in which to do that. If we get to 9 days and we haven't defeated him, we lose automatically. But you want to kind of stretch out your mini campaign a little bit, because as you progress day by day by day, you're getting more skills and more health and more, different things you can add for that final confrontation. And I should point out that if you look at the bottom left of Mulmesh's card that I'm displaying on the screen, you can see the types of baddies we're going to be fighting. So we have beasts, which will be bats and wolves and things like that. We have bog, which are the ones I like the least, because they have things like poison and just nasty abilities. And we have what I call scaled. I'm not actually sure if that's the right term, which are dragons and lizards and things with thick hides that are hard to penetrate. So what we're going to do in Too Many Bones to start off is we're going to draw the first encounter card. Now the encounter cards have been already randomized and mixed, and we just draw it, we read it, and then generally on most encounters you're going to have a choice to make on the backhand side. But let's take a look at our first one. Okay, I've never seen this one, Mike. That's a new one.
Oh, good.
All right, so it's our special day 1 card, which is the Council in Chaos. Out! Get out! The walls of the council chambers shake and do little to muffle the screaming. The doors burst open and 2 members of the Gearlock Council, oh, by the way, we are Gearlocks, are thrown to the street. They offer little resistance as the guards lead them at spear point to the gates. They both turn and make eye contact, sad, fearful eye contact, shaking their heads in sadness, or maybe warning. One of them speaks as she exits town, presumably forever. And here is our choice. Now it's telling us that both of our choices, that little symbol that I always call it a spider, it's not, I don't know what it's supposed to be, but on the right hand sides, are telling us that these are not generally battle encounters. Again, there can be exceptions to that, but they are not. So choice number 1 is the barracks that is unguarded. Take this key, she says to us. Feels a bit unsettling looting our own barracks. We would choose that and we would get 3 loot. Each of us would get 3 loot right off the bat, which can be pretty good, or it can be kind of useless depending on the loot you get. Choice number 2 is meet me at the bend. I can help you. If training in attack, you automatically succeed. Oh, that's interesting. Plus, we get 2 training points, and if you look at the bottom left of the card, we get 1 progress. I'm tempted to say choice number 2, but Mike?
Yep, choice number 2 is the loot is a hit or miss. Choice
Training
number
points
2
are
we can
gold.
definitely be a good thing.
Okay.
We know that we're getting something nice.
I would agree with that. So I'm going to head over to Mike. I did not save camera, so I will do that when I head over there. Let's head over to Mike's mat and see what he does with his 2 training points.
Well, we normally need to roll for attack.
Yes, you do. Yeah.
But since we don't have to,
Oh, that's right. That's right. Explain that real quick. Is that for attack or defense, to put stats into attack or defense, you generally have to roll the number of dice you already have in the skill. If you get any bones, you fail. But our card gave us a pass on that. So Mike has put his 2 skill points that he gets from that encounter both into attack, since there's no check involved whatsoever.
Even though I need dexterity attack.
Okay, so we'll leave it there. Now I've got some choices to make. What's your health, Mike?
My health is currently 6.
6. Okay, and my health is 5. So I am thinking I should probably get one of my bombs. or grenades, or whatever you want to call them. It's just a matter of which one. I think the most common one is frag grenade, which is a damage grenade. So you can see that down on my map here. Frag, 3, 3, 3, 3, and 4. And if we look over here, it says small explosion, deal the number of damage to the unit in this position, and half damage rounded down to all units on adjacent positions, which can be great unless we have one of our own teammates that's a melee character that's up there fighting the baddies. They can get some of that splash damage as well. The interesting thing about the grenades, though, is that they do not need to be targeted on an enemy. They can be targeted adjacent to an enemy. However, that means if you wanted to do any other skills that needed an enemy to be targeted on that turn, you wouldn't be able to. So there's choices to make there too. But I'm going to take 1 dex, which I do not have to make a skill check for, only attack and defense, and I'm going to take the frag grenade. Let's just go with tradition and not try and mess things up too much. From there, we do get our 1 progress. So you can see we're kind of moving along this map here towards the Shale Fest, is it? No, Shale Fist Forest, and eventually to attack Mulmesh up there. But we only have 1, and again, this is a debated point, but since the majority seems to say that any card completion is a day, we are moving to day 2. And to explain quickly, days in Too Many Bones, first of all, this is a bit of a cheat. This is a meter that's only in the tabletop simulator. You would normally, in the physical game, kind of manipulate this to that's your day tracker, but we're going to use the electronic versions. So days are important because when the game is deciding which or how many baddies you're fighting, it's the days that you're on times the number of players. So for example, if we had a battle right now, we would have 4 baddie points to deal with. And the baddie points you can see are here. And it's always made up as the largest number. So if we had 6 baddie points, not to confuse things, but just to understand, if we had 6 baddie points, we wouldn't take 6 number 1s. We would take a 5 and a 1. But right now, as Mike just turned over this has a very nice automatic battle setup program. Our baddie points are 4. So we're going to get 4 1-point baddies. But before we do this, neither of us are injured or had to use any of our rest functions. Plus, the only thing I don't know, Mike, is what do you think on this? Do you actually get to scout 2?
I think I do, but we need the second next encounter card before we...
That's right, there's no battle yet. We don't have a battle of this one. But what scouting does, just as a quick, this has a nice function built into the Tabletop Simulator mod. Scouting allows us to roll a die and determine which stack of baddies we get to look at. And that determines, you can scout one, look at it, and go, oh god, no, I don't want
to do that anyway.
Okay.
I got a 1.
You got a 1, so he could, I think it's 1 to 3, you can only scout 1-point baddies. So you can see Mike pulled a Weaken, a Dragon Whelp. So this is a 1-point baddie who has, starting from the top left, 2 health. Underneath that is 5 initiative. Now initiative determines where a baddie goes in the turn order, and that can be important as well. And then moving to the right, it has 2 attack die it can roll and 1 defense die, which can do several different things. Under its gross picture, actually that's not as bad as some of them, is its special skill, Weaken 1. And again, this is where new players can get a little bit confused. I still don't know all of them, but I do know Weaken. Weaken basically means whoever his target is at the end of this Dragon Whelp's turn, he's going to weaken one of us by 1 of our dexterity, meaning we get to do 1 less thing or roll 1 less die. And you can see on the bottom left, the little bow and arrow, that means he is a ranged character, so he will go in that ranged row at the back. And on the bottom right, the type of character he is, which is a scaled character. And in the middle, he's going to, because he's ranged, he's going to target and attack the strongest player, which generally means the player with more health at that time. So what scouting allows you to do is Mike can now choose whether he wants to return that baddie to the top or put it on the bottom. And generally that would be the end of your scouting. You're taking your chance on what's next.
Well, I'm going to throw it in the top, but before I do that, do you want to do your scout?
Yeah, I think if I do that, it'll actually take the next one. Again, Mike has an innate scout, so even if he had to heal, he would still be able to scout. I have to make a choice whether to heal or do a few other functions or scout, but because I didn't have to do any of that.
Roll the dice first of all.
Oh yeah, thank you. I always forget that. I rolled a 3, so it's still a 1-pointer. So I will scout next. Okay, so we can see I have got a bog pole, which is like a gross tadpole. It always reminds me of the little alien from the original Alien movie.
He's gross. He's cute.
He's cute. Yeah, he's fuzzy. Just little pointy, sharp teeth. And again, starting on poison is something I'll get to last. He has 3 health and 3 initiative, so he's a little slow. He targets everybody on the board. He is ranged, so he doesn't have to move to attack. He's a bog type enemy. And poison is a different type of damage. Poison, it doesn't matter how much defense you have, poison subverts defense. So what it means is he's got a number 1 on it. He would poison each of us with a poison 1. And the next time it's my turn or Mike's turn, we would take that 1 damage, and then the poison die would come off us. The poison effect would come off us. And until we kill him, he's just going to keep doing that every time. And poison, especially if you get poison 2 or poison 3, those can wear you down very, very quickly. And you'll notice on the right-hand side, he does not have to roll any dice to do that. He just automatically spits his poison on us, and off we go. However, it's only poison 1, so there are worse baddies. I just don't... I think we're gonna... I don't know. What do you think, Mike?
He's got 3 health, so...
He's not that strong.
We could probably take him out in one go.
Okay, so in that case, I'll put him back on the top first, because technically yours was on top of him. Does that make sense?
Will I do my second scout, though?
Oh, yeah. Let's just roll away.
Okay.
So are we...
Should I scout a big one? I know that we don't need to see it yet, but it's still useful information to have.
It is, and then again, we may need to, because if we go to day 3, we're going to get a 5, and if there's a battle.
Well, I'm thinking a 20.
Ooh, really? God forbid we see a 20. 20s are scary.
Yeah, but we don't normally roll with 6.
That's
so
true.
Knowing what the next 20 will be, even
That's
if
true.
it's 3 or 4 goes down the line.
All right. Okay, I'm going to zoom in so everyone can see here. 20s are super scary. That is
you can see the difference between a 20 and a 1.
Okay, so there's a symbol on there I don't recognize, but I'll go starting at the same space we've started for the other ones. He has 9 health and 5 initiative. He's a golden golem, however you want to say that. He gets to roll 5 attack dice and 3 defense dice. He's going to hit super hard. And if any of those dice are a bones, that's what the recover 2 means. If he gets a bones, he gets 2 health back if he's been damaged. The little footprints on the left-hand side, that means he can move diagonally. And the little cross swords mean he is a melee character. He's a bog type. And I just don't know what the skull means. Any idea, Mike?
I can't see. I need to...
That'll be...
skull?
Oh, there.
I'm not sure.
The skull says, when this baddie enters the battle mat, add this many 5-point baddies to the top of the baddie queue. So he would automatically add another 5-point baddie. But his worst skill of all is the one right there that says break, in my opinion, anyways.
Oh, I hate it.
Yeah. Break means if you roll any of your normal attack dice, meaning non-skills, just normal attack dice, they go away for the rest of this battle. You lose them. So you can end up not having any dice to roll to help hurt them and relying on just running around and trying to use your skills. And it's one thing I have not mentioned. If I was to have enough components to build a frag grenade, tick my boom counter up to 1, this is just an example, by the way, and I throw my frag grenade, it is exhausted for the rest of the battle. that's what would happen to my attack dice too. So you can literally end up with no attack left and just hoping to wear the guy down in the fatigue round. I would say that's a horrifying one.
He's going to the bottom.
He's gone to the bottom. All right. So we don't know what's next on that pile. Could be worse.
But we know it's not him.
Yeah, we don't have him. That's right. And I'll put my poison back on the top, I think.
Okay. And I will stick my wee wyvern on the top.
Okay. Dragon whelp. Okay, that kind of looked like it messed it up. That could be something with the mod.
I don't think it makes a difference.
No,
really,
it doesn't. They're both going to come out anyway. Okay, and then we have to move on to our next encounter. So let's have a look. Insult to injury. 3 different types of shrieks, each with its own unique ear-splitting obnoxiousness. This is how life outside the gates of Obendar says hello. The races that make up the Ebon don't always care for each other. They're the bad guys, by the way. This particular masochist is toying with a young goblin, kobold, and orc, educating them on how sharp a dagger can be. Attempting to save their own skins, they point in this direction. Cover blown. It's hard to blame the victims. They weren't going to escape without some sort of diversion. Thankfully, they stick around to hurl insults while they watch vengeance being served. That doesn't... Okay. 2 choices, and now you can see that little symbol on the right-hand side, top and middle, is a battle symbol. So swords and a shield means you're going to have a battle. So we have 2 choices. Both mean a fight. Guess there's a peanut gallery. The orc, troll, and goblins serve as a helpful distraction. So our baddie queue will be made up of baddie points, which today will still be the 4, if I'm correct?
Yeah.
Okay, so we'll have 4 1-point baddies to fight. And all baddies have the skill Careless Bones, Careless 1. So what that means, if any of those baddies roll a bones for any of their dice, they're going to take a damage. That's what Careless means. However, something like that bog pole with the poison doesn't roll any dice, so he's never going to get a bones. For that one, if we choose that, we're going to get an extra loot. One of us is going to get an extra loot. That's what the single treasure chest means. And then down at the bottom, regardless of which choice we make, I will go through the second choice in a second. If we're successful in this battle, we're going to get a progress. That's down the bottom left, and on the bottom right you can see we're going to get a training point, and both of us are going to get a loot. So that's regardless of which choice. As long as we're successful, we're going to get those things. It's a matter of which extra we want. So second choice is usher the victims to shelter. The again will be made up of baddie points, so 4 1-point baddies. No defense dice may be rolled during the first round for either gearlocks or baddies. I'm tempted to go training point again. That one gives us a bonus training point.
Yeah.
I don't
happy
really
with that.
think
You know,
one
if
of
we
us...
win, we're going to get a loot anyway.
That's true, and each of us are going to get a loot, not just one of us. So we're going to go with the second choice, and I will go set up. I don't have to change that, right? No, okay. And let's spawn our baddies. So this little mod that's built into this little function that's built into this mod is quite nice. So it'll pull your baddies, including the ones we scouted, and now it'll set up the battle mat one at a time. So let's see what lane 1 gets. That is our ranged bog pole with poison. We've got that second one that we already looked at. It was also ranged, and now we have we have a melee Griffin Yearling and a melee Dire Wolf Pup. So Griffin Yearling has only 2 health, 5 initiative though, pretty quick, and gets to roll 2 attack dice, no defense dice. He targets the weakest player, so he will move up to 2 spaces to get to. So the way too many bodes work is they go closest, and then if it's equidistant, they will then take their targeting priority, which is weakest in this case, and choose that person, that gearlock. It has a skill called flight. So what flight means, at the end of its turn, it's going to take flight, which means neither of us can target it that turn. At the beginning of its next turn, it lands again. So that's when it's vulnerable. So in other words, we can only target and attack that Griffin Yearling once every 2 turns. Hope that makes sense. And then again, a Dire Wolf Pup, not a hugely scary baddie. 3 health, 3 initiative, so a little slow. Melee, as we said. And again, it's a weakest targeting if it has a choice. And it's only going to roll 1 attack die. But again, it has to be adjacent to one of us in order to do that. And Mike has already chosen where he's going. I'm going to somehow get, there we go. I'm going to go here. And now we set up the initiative using those numbers I mentioned. You can see the 3 is... Did you do that upside down on purpose?
Oh, I did the lowest at the bottom for some reason.
I think on one of the other things it works that way. Or I've seen people do it both ways, so it doesn't really matter. And then Mike and I, we each have our own initiative dice. We have to roll to see where in that we're going to fit in. If it's a tied number to a baddie, we get to choose whether we want to go in front or behind. Go for it, Mike. So Mike rolls a 4. And I roll a 5. So I'm going to choose to go first. Because you want to get some damage out there right away if you can. So I'm just going to move these down to snug them up. And the way the initiative track, it's kind of like a turn-based RPG video game. Whoever's up next slides to the top and takes their turn, etc. This is round 1, and we will tick that up every single time all of the baddies and us have gone for the turn. So I'm going to go first. Let's see what we should do here. So I don't have a grenade to throw. I have 4 dexterity, so I can do 4 things for a maximum 2 attacks. So starting with a target, I think I'm going to try and take out this... no, you know, I don't know. What do you think? I might take out the flying guy just to get him off the board real quick. You know what? I'm thinking of that. I'm going to start here right next to you. And I think I'm going to target him. What's that?
I just said, oh, beside me.
We're buddies. It's Boomer and Ghillie. So I'm going to target this Griffin yearling. I'm going to roll my maximum 2 attack dice, which will be 2 out of 4. I have to start getting components to build my bomb. So that'll be 3 dice and 1 defense die.
You can't roll defense.
Oh, right. That's part of our encounter. No defense the first round. So there's not much else I can do. I can roll two of my components and see if we get them. So let's roll our attack dice first. So I've got 1 damage and I got a bones, which I will put into our backup plan. And real quick about backup plans, every character has a different set of backup plans depending on how many bones. So in other words, a miss isn't the end of the world in this game because you can do other things with them. So throw odds allows me to damage my target for 1. Search again if I have a scavenger and I want to do my components, I can roll that again, etc., as we go. I'm not going to explain them all now. I'm going to slot that bones in, and now I'm going to roll my 2 component die and hope for a decent roll here. That's an excellent roll. Okay, so I've got 3 of the fuses and 3 of the casings, and all I need next time hopefully is to roll my element, and then I can start making booms and using my die. So meanwhile, I did not take him out as I was hoping to, but I did get it.
You could use your bones.
Yeah, that's a good idea. I'm going to use the throw odds.
He will fly, and I won't be able to attack him when he's in the air.
So that'll kill him. So I'm going to use my throw odds, my backup plan, and that takes him off the board. And I spend my bones doing that. And that is the end of my turn. Next in line is our lane 2 something. That's our dragon whelp, who's going to target the strongest character, which will be Mike as Ghillie. And our friend is going to roll. Do you want me to do the rolling, Mike, or you want to do the rolling?
You far away.
Okay. So he gets to blame me if they roll well. So 2 attack die, 1 defense die. Let's see what happens.
No defense?
No defense. Thank you. Okay. So he's rolled 2 damage. He does not have the bones effect, so that bones does nothing for him. So he's damaged you for 2 and weakened you for 1. I'll find the weakened one here. There it is. So you can see Mike now gets that, oops, the weakened die on effect on him. So even though he has 3 dexterity for his turn, when it comes up, he'll only have 2 dexterity this round. Okay. Not as bad, I guess, as it could be, but 1 damage would have been better than 2. Mike is now up. Let's take a look at Mike's mat.
Okay. Well, now I've only got 2 attack dice instead of 3. Which means that even if I roll well, I can't take out the poison dude.
Nope.
So I'm going to go for the one that just hit me because of revenge.
Okay, so that's our weakened 1 dragon whelp.
And I'm going to throw 2 dice at him.
Okay. So a bones and a 1.
So I hit him for 1. He's still up and breathing.
He's still alive. 1 health, but he's still alive. And next is our green chipped lane 4, which is this feller, who is going to move 2 in order to attack, but cannot attack. So he doesn't have any defense dice, not that he could because it's banned in this round. That's the end of his turn. By the way, his skill Lashback, I don't think I explained that. Lashback means when you attack him, he hits you back for 1 if you have a successful attack, if he's next to you. If we're ranged and we attack him and he's not next to us, his Lashback does nothing. And then finally, the bog pole is going to go, and he is going to poison both of us. So poison 1, I think, is, oh, that's a round die. Right there, I'll take that. I think it's side 4 or something. And Mike's just stacking up the the effects. So next time we go on our turn, we're going to take 1 damage and that poison effect comes off. So we are going to move to round 2 now. All of us are going to reset. By the way, we don't roll our initiative die every single turn. It's once. And I am going to go first again, and I am targeting our bog pole with everything I have, which isn't a lot, honestly. But so I'm going to roll my last bomb component to try and get one. I'm going to roll my maximum 2 attack. That's 3. And I am going to roll...
My weaken would have came off, wouldn't it?
Did you... You haven't gone since it was applied, did you?
Oh, wait. I did.
Oh, you did. So yeah, that comes off. He's just got the poison now. Mine is going to come off because I have to take a damage because I've been poisoned. So I lose a health for that. I'm down to 4 out of 5. So I'm rolling my last component, 2 attack and 1 defense die, which I can now roll because it's round 2. So we've got 1 defense, which I'm going to slot just for the hell of it, I guess. 2 attack. What's with the bones? So 2 damage and a bones. I am going to use that 3rd damage, I think, to take him out. And my last component is a 2. So resolving things is, as far as the order goes, with some exceptions again, is up to me. The first thing I'm going to do is tick these all down by 1 to build... Oops, I did the wrong thing there. To build my first bomb. So now if I decide to, in the next battle, or even now if it was necessary, I could roll my frag die to do some area effect damage. But I'm going to use the 2 damage and throw odds to add another damage, and we're going to take that bog pole out because it only has 3 health, and he is off the battlefield.
Goodbye, Mr. Pole.
Oh well. Next to go is our dragon whelp, who is going to attack. Still, is it tied now?
Let me see.
It is tied.
Yeah, with before.
So I guess we'll go closest. Does that make sense?
Well, if it goes on you, I can attack, and I can try and attack both.
Right. So I will. I'll take. He's going to target me and roll once again. 2 attack and 1 defense this time. So let's clear that away. Roll and roll. So he's going to hit me for 2. He's going to get a defense die. He's got a defense for next time. Go. And he's going to hit me for 2 damage, which brings me down to 2 health. Did he weaken me? Yes, he did. So I get the weaken die this time.
Yay.
And that's the end of his turn, and now Mike is up. So let's head down to Mike's mat.
So I go down a health because of poison.
Yes. I'll move it. I'll remove it for you.
Then I'm going to use my free dexterity to roll 2 attack and my split arrow.
Okay.
So I am going to go for the weakened dude, the one that's got the shield and extra health.
Okay.
Or shield and 1 health.
So he has 1 health left and 1 shield, and what that means, if anyone doesn't know, is you need 2 damage. The first one will knock his shield off, and the last one will kill him in this case.
So, here we go. I rolled 2 damage.
And he's dead.
And
Oh,
I can use
what
one
did I
of the
just
dice.
do? I deleted his chip instead of his die.
Oh, it doesn't matter. He died.
Yeah, I hope it doesn't mess with the game, though.
That should be fine. And I can use one of my attack dice and damage this dude by
For 1. And he does not lash back at you because he's not adjacent to you.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
So now that gets spent.
That goes to Mike's exhausted stack, which he will get back the next turn, the next time we're out of battle. And that's it for your turn?
That's for me.
Okay. So now he is going to go, and he's going to target closest first. So that is me. And he's going to attack me for 1 attack die. So we can clear those away. Let's see what he gets. So he hits me for 1. How am I still alive? It's pretty miraculous.
Well, no, you might as well take it off your shield.
Oh yeah, yeah, thank you. I forgot I had slotted that. So because he only hits for 1 and I had 1 shield, it does no actual damage to me, so I stay exactly where I am. And we are going to move now to round 3. And I'm going to go first. Now I'm hoping I only get to use, what do I have? 4 total. So I only get to use 3 dice. I'm hoping I can take him out because there's no lashback if I kill him. It doesn't happen. So I'm going to roll my 2.
Well, could you move up 1? And
Sorry?
then attack for 2? So if you move up 1 on the map.
Oh, then there's no lashback. That's true, just in case I totally miss. So that leaves me 2 dexterity left, and I have 2 attack. So that's what we're going to do. Because I used 1 to move. We hit him for 2. Which kills him. There's no lashback. And because there's still... Oops, that's my fault because he was gone. And that's it. It's only Mike and I remaining on the board. We are going to go lick our wounds. So again, now just to explain this little fact. So the battle is over. The first thing we tend to do is distribute rewards. So right now we're going to get... actually, the first thing I'm going to do before I forget is to increase... We get 1 progress, and we're going to advance a day just before I forget. So there's progress number 2. We're on our way, and it's now day 3. And then each of us are going to get a loot and 2 training points. So let's go over to Mike and start, I guess, with the loot. So Mike pulls a 3-use multi-tool. which is during a lockpick attempt, which is if you get trove loot, you have to pick the lock, and it's something to explain once we get there. He's going to add 1 to that lock, to any of the die during that lockpick attempt. And then he's got his 2 training points.
I'm gonna go. I'm gonna try attack. So I need to roll 4 dice.
Right. Sorry, let me head over to you there. I was just trying to snag some tea. So because he already has 4 in attack, he has to roll 4 dice and hope for no bones.
I got bones, so what I'm gonna do is I'll grab a dexterity
instead. So, by the way, just so everyone understands, if you roll a bones, it means you failed to put a training point into attack, but you still have that training point to put somewhere else.
I'm going to roll the 4 dice again.
Okay. Is it 2 attempts? I think it's 2 attempts, right?
Well, this is my 2nd point.
Okay. Right, so it's 1 attempt per point.
I believe so.
Well, that didn't.
Nope, didn't get. So what I'll do is I'll pick one of my special dice.
Okay. You also have no defense, but if you ever get into your pet line, that's kind of like a shield.
Yeah, I might grab a wee pet.
Now, I'm not saying it's the right way. I have no idea. I've always gone for little Yeti there because he is hardy, which means he can last. And I'm going to explain this to everybody right now, so I'm going to change your dice faces. So 2 of the dice faces have bones. Now, they're black bones, meaning that Mike, if he ends up rolling a bone to bring the pet out, he does not have to use those bones. He can put it back in this slot and try again another time. On phase 3, you can see, so to quickly explain here, if he successfully got that and wanted to use it, the pet would have 2 health and an attack value of 1, which the pet doesn't roll a dice, it just attacks for 1. Little Yeti is Wolverine, he has to be adjacent, and he costs 1 dexterity for Mike to use him each time he wants to use him. Looking in you can see there's some differences here. So 2 and 1 and 1. And we have the next one is 2 and 1 and 1. And then you have 3 health and 1 and 1. And the best side to get is 3 health, 1 attack, and does not cost any dexterity. But that's 1 out of the 6 sides. So those are, when Mike rolls it, those are the different things that can happen.
And
okay.
That's my 2 spent.
You're set. Okay, so I am going to pull a loot. Let me just go way out, far away to do that, and then I'll zoom back in. And I have infused incense, single use. I get to roll 2 additional attack dice on a turn. Does not cost any dexterity. So if we're really looking to take someone down, I can always use this, then discard it during a battle. I'll just fix that up a bit. Okay, and now for my 2. Okay, I'm going to roll 2 on my 2 attack to see if I can get an extra attack. So let's try that. No bones, no bones. No bones. Okay, so I'm going to tick that up to 2. So I have a total of 3 attack now. So that's 1 of my skills. And then it's going to be either smokescreen or flashbang. Let's go take a look at what they do. So smokescreen, you can see here, the next number, so if I roll the 1 or the 2, a baddie targets this unit with an attack and or skill, it will miss. Now I can put that smokescreen on me or Mike, depending on the situation. And then flashbang, you can see those here, that says disable. Place a disable effect die on a unit if it is a number point baddie. So if we're trying to hit a 5-pointer, so 3 of the sides are for 1-pointers, 3 of the sides are for 5-pointers. If you roll the wrong one, then you may not want to actually use it. The problem with that die, sorry, I should have said the problem with smokescreen, you probably can't see that clear enough, but you notice that has a red outlined bones. When I roll that smokescreen die, if I do get that red outlined bones, I have to place it in my bones, which means it's gone for that battle. So it's kind of it's only 1 out of the 6 sides, but it could be an unintended consequence. So I'm thinking I'm going to go for that smoke screen because it can really come in handy. And that is my 2 points. We've advanced our day. We've advanced our progress. Did I miss anything, Mike?
No. We heal up or...
Oh, yes. Yeah. So you can choose during this phase. I'll go up to it so we can actually take a look at it. You see where it says about a third of the way down, Gearlock Council Guide to Recovery. At the end of each day, after your encounter has been resolved, your party enters the recovery phase, and this can be done in any order. So things we can do anytime is trade loot with our party, so in between each other. Any loot, any amount to anyone. We can make a lock-picking attempt if we happen to have a trove loot, which neither of us have at the moment. We can do this on our own or another Gearlock's trove loot to help. And then the next one's the individual options. You have to choose one. Rest and recover. You heal up to full HP. Search for better loot. We would discard a loot, roll a d6, and for each roll 6 attack dice, and for each bones we roll, we reveal a loot card and we can keep 1. Or we can scout. Roll the d6 just like we showed earlier. However, regardless of what Mike decides to do, he has his innate ability, which is to scout. You can see that right here. So he could actually rest up and still scout. So he's already rested up. I've got to rest up because I'm down to 2 health regardless. So we'll go back up to our 5 health. I cannot do a scout the next time. Okay, so let's reveal an encounter card. Or do you want to scout now? I don't know when that works. Is it supposed to be now?
Well, I guess now before we see the encounter card.
Okay. Oh, and let's get our initiative die out of the track. And we'll reset that back to 1. So Mike's rolled a 6, so he can choose again.
I'm going to go for a big bat again.
A 20? Okay. These things scared me. So this is a bone dragon. 8 health, 4 initiative, so mid speed. He is ranged. He targets everybody, which means he doesn't have to be adjacent to us, and gets to roll 3 attack dice. So he's got Hardy. Now Hardy, I think I kind of explained it. Hardy is a skill that can be on one of Mike's pets, his Wolverine, as well as this. Hardy means that no matter what damage you roll against him, it's regular damage. He's only going to take 1 damage. So it takes a while to whittle him down. That's where things like poisons and other items come in handy to do extra damage. Undead, though, I don't know that one, so I'm going to go to our handy-dandy reference guide. The first time this unit is defeated, place it back on the top of the baddie queue. When it re-enters play, it starts with only 2 HP, and its attack stat is doubled. So he would actually get to roll 3 attack dice. So between the Hardy and that's a scary baddie.
They're all scary.
Yeah, all the 20s are scary. It's true.
I prefer him than the Golem because I really don't like Brick.
Yes, that's true.
I'll throw him at the bottom for now.
Okay. And we're going to move to our next encounter now. Let's take a lookie. DeLorean trailer, like the Oregon Trail. So DeLorean Trail. The trail stops at the Cibron River, which flows with both life and danger. It's time to hunt for new adventure and bring back only as much as one can carry. Or maybe just dysentery. The river runs green this time of year, and hard rainfall has made it more treacherous than usual to cross. Be you a dealer, mechanist, or brewmaster. Robbers are hot in pursuit, and clothes, oxen, and pounds of food are in danger of being pilfered. The bridge is blocked by a number of angry-looking trolls. It's time to cross, but caution is advised, or the wheels might come off this adventure. Let's see what we do. So 2 choices. They both look like non-battle choices, regardless of which way. If you look on the bottom, it says both choices. The encounter is successful is achieved no matter the outcome. So regardless, we're going to get 2 training points and a progress and a day, of course. So choice number 1 is cock your pack and attempt to float across. Hope you bought an extra set of clothing. Each Gearlock rolls attack dice equal to twice their attack stat. Exhaust the number of attack dice equal to bones results for the next battle. Yike. Or the second choice is attempt to ford the river. Where the heck is the ferry? Each Gearlock rolls defense dice equal to twice their defense stat. Exhaust any defense dice equal to the bones results for the next battle. Okay, so there is no battle to do. We just have to decide which way we're going to go. I'm going to head over to Mike because he always gives me an indication of what I should do.
Well,
he doesn't have any defense dice.
We both have more attack dice than we have defense dice.
Right.
But there's more bones on the defense dice.
That's true. But you don't have to roll any.
Yeah, but we don't get to choose individually. We have to choose together, so...
I'm fine without the defense. I can always roll my smoke screen as a damage mitigation.
Okay, well, I'll roll my 0 defense dice and see if I get any bones.
No, oh, you're good. Look at that.
No bones.
Finally, the good rolls are coming. I have 2 defense to roll, so let's do that. And we'll see if I lose anything this turn. Okay, so I've lost 1 of my 2 defense die to use during the next encounter. All in all, could have been worse, right?
Yeah, so we'll leave this up here just as a reminder that 1 defense die is locked. Here, we'll stick it in your locked bit.
Yeah, I can actually do it right over the 2. Oh no, it's not letting me. Look at that. Right. Okay, so let me do the day. So we're on day 4. We do make another progress. And
will we get our skills and...
Yeah, so we do that, and now it's skills. So I'm heading over to you for skills.
I'm going to go and try the attack again.
Okay. Oh, darn it.
Ah, well. So I'm going to increase my dexterity by 1. And then I'll do that again.
Hey, finally.
Yeah, that's what I want.
So no bones, he gets to up his attack. So now he's got a total of 5 attack and 5 dexterity. So if you ever wanted to roll all attack, he could roll 5 of them, which leaves some nice options when you get that much dexterity. For me, I'm kind of at this point thinking along the same lines, except, no, not the same lines. That's not right. I'm actually going to increase my health by 1 and my dexterity by 1.
Your health went down by 1.
Oh, I clicked the wrong button. There we go. And that is the end of my skill selections. Not anything fancy, but I really got to concentrate on getting that boom counter up so I can do both of these grenades if I need to. But for now, we're good. I could build it. Actually, why haven't I done that? Okay, do you mind if I do a bit of a mulligan? I'll explain what. Before the end of the last match, I should have built a second boom because this one would have been exhausted. These would have ticked down. And I would have my second boom. And then during our rest and recovery phase, this would have come back. Are you okay with that?
And you could have chose whether you brought these 2 back as well. So do you want to keep them as 1?
Yeah, I'll keep them as 1. Yeah, just in case I only get a 1 there, and then I can build another boom.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I think that's it. Did I miss anything?
Scout.
I can't, but you can.
No, we both can.
Oh yeah, there was no battle this time around. Okay, well, you go ahead and roll. Start with that.
Wrong one. I'll do it.
Okay, so you can scout a 5 or a 1. So Mike has scouted a 5. Ooh, that's actually it's not, well, all right, it's a Kobold Fanatic. He is melee. He's got 6 health, so he's actually got a lot of health. And what makes that bad, if you notice, he has the hardy skill. So it'll be one, we either have to figure out how to poison, which I don't think either of us have that skill, or he's only going to take 1 damage regardless of what you hit him with. He's slow, so he's got 3 initiative, but he does roll 3 attack dice. That's a heavy hitter, and he's going to target the strongest person, or the closest first, strongest second.
Hardy is annoying, but it's not annoying as poison.
That's right. Yep.
I'll throw him at the bottom.
Okay. And then I have to roll the dice, and we'll see what I can scout. 6. I'm going to do a 5, though. I am going to do a level 5. Ooh. Well, I don't even think we have to explain this one. So he's got corrosive, which would get rid of any defense we have in our slots if he rolls a bones. He's got break, though, and I think we've been through break. And 7 health, and lots of dice to roll. I'm putting him on the bottom as well.
Okay, I get my second scout for the round.
Yep. Oh.
Ooh.
Well, we've got Hardy and Compound. So he's a ranged character with only 2 health. Very fast, though. So chances are he will be at the top of the initiative meter to go first. And he's got Hardy again, but only 2 health. So he's got a skill called Compound. And Compound, if you notice the X by his attack die symbol, means that every time we advance a round, that's how many attack die he gets to roll. So first round is 1 die, second round would be 2 dice, 3, etc.
Okay, so I think throw him at the top.
Yeah, he's
he's only going to throw 1 dice at us at the start, and we can take care of him within a round or 2.
And I should mention that if Mike does bring out his Wolverine at any given point, the Wolverine does not get to go on the round you bring him out. However, next round he goes before Mike goes. Okay, now we have to read the next encounter, right?
Oh, yeah.
Okay. Oh. So the blue card means this is a tyrant encounter. It's kind of an early encounter with Mulmesh. The scent of a gearlock. You don't have to be a ranger to sense when you're being followed. When your stomach instinctively clenches and the hair on your ears is at attention, there are probably eyes on you. What can be done? Well, nothing in this case. Too much time would be wasted trying to reveal this pursuer. And yet after a few hours, paranoia starts to set in. It feels like there are more eyes watching with each passing moment. Shadowy figures slip in and out of the trees, always hidden, but there in the corner of the eye. What are they waiting for? So we do not have a choice on this one. Let's just read it. Only option. Another stomach knot. This is becoming all too regular a feeling. Search your active stacks for the first beast-type baddie and place it on the tyrant card that will be added to the tyrant battle later. Party size of 1 to 2, we're going to search the 1 point stack for a beast type and add it onto Mulmesh's card. If correct baddies are not found, search the baddies you have already defeated, draw another encounter card for today, and reshuffle this card into the encounter deck. Okay, so we are going to search a 1 point baddie from the active. I will do that here, and we're looking for a beast type, so that little paw print. Let's see. Oh, there we go. We've got a dire wolf pup, so I will pull out that chip, put it on Mulmesh's card to remind us that he comes out with Mulmesh, whatever else we get as well. Then...
Oh, Mulmesh has got a wee puppy.
He does, because he kind of looks... I think he is a wolf, right? Or something that was a wolf.
Yeah, I think he's a lichen.
Yeah, I think he was once human. That's right, yeah. He's a werewolf. Was there something else on there? Now I don't remember. Oh, so draw another encounter card for today and reshuffle this card into the encounter deck. So that takes a little bit of manual fiddling here. So we're going to draw the next card onto there. Didn't stack. And we're going to flip this one and place it back in the active one. And we should be able to put this back on there and hit that randomize button to mix them up. It's hard to align that. That's not an automatic function, but it's pretty close. Okay, so we now got our next encounter, which is the dreaded bog. I smell poison. Whoever said this bog would be a shortcut is smart in keeping quiet. It's been all day and half the night drudging through the muck up to our throats, and party morale is fading fast. It's that Mike guy. He's just a negative Nelly.
Yay! Happiness, joy.
I'm halfway through convincing myself to speak up when a sudden croak from up ahead interrupts the thought. We avoided similar noises on the way in, but now it looks like we have no choice but to face whatever creatures call this bog home. It's either that or pass out from the bog stench while looking for another exit from this accursed place. Okay, 2 battle choices. Looking at the bottom of the card, if we are successful with whatever choice we make, if we're successful, we get a progress, 2 training, and each of us get a loot. So choice number 1 is going to give us a bonus progress, which generally means when you look at choice number 2 and there's no bonus, that it's going to be the easier of the 2. And I say easier conditionally. So death to bog creatures. The queue is made up of baddie points. A party of 1 to 2, we have to add 3 to that. Mike, what day are we on now?
We're on 4. We did pull that extra card, but that card was because of the encounter card.
Right. Okay, so we're on day 4, which would mean adding 3 to that, adding 3 to the 8, we'd be at 11, so we would get 2 5-point baddies and a 1-point baddie. We'd create the baddie queue using as many bog-type baddies as possible, so I would have to search for that. And then we'd get that extra progress. Choice number 2 is the stench is growing on me. No, literally on me. The baddie queue is made up of baddie points. I don't see us adding anything there. Each gearlock must pass a health check for staying in the bog. Any gearlock that fails the check must start battle with a poison 2 effect die. We have to roll a d6. If the current health is greater than the d6 result, we pass. If not, we fail the check. And we're going to start with 2. We're going to start with that poison 2 on us. Yike. Okay. So your health is at 6.
My health is at 6.
And my health is at 6. So pretty much the way I'm reading that, as long as if current health is greater than the d6 result.
So as long as we don't roll a 6, we pass.
Right. Right. Okay. And you know what? I'm not saying anything. Because every time we're looking for a 6, the chances of us getting one are very slim.
Well, I've already rolled a few 6s, so hopefully they're out of the road.
All right. Well, stream guests first, so go ahead and roll.
Okay, I take it we're taking option 2.
Oh, I'm sorry. I shouldn't just assume that. We've got option 1, option 2. So option 2 would give us a 5 and 3 1s, correct?
Yeah, or 2 5s and 2 1s.
Or 2 5s and 2 1s.
Or 2 5s and 1 1.
Right, for 11, yeah.
Yeah, 2 5s is significantly more than the other, so I reckon if we can get away with doing the second one, that'll be the way to do it.
Okay, so that would mean
we don't have... we're losing a progress day. I don't think that's too bad.
Yeah, because we're still going to get one as long as we don't get KO'd, both of us.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, so I'll set up the queue as is, which is 8. So that's going to be a 5 and 3 1s. So let's return all the lane chips. Oh, did I lose a lane chip? Oh, I bet you when I deleted that guy. Okay, give me a second, everyone. I'm going to open these up and find our lane chips to grab another one out. Let's see what's in there. No, not our lane chips. Darn, I don't know where. I'm sorry, everybody. That's my fault. Those are cards set up undertow. So maybe the chips aren't in there at all. That's the characters. No, those are mats. Oh, sorry. I guess I can only open one drawer at a time. That's got to be it down there somewhere. Let's see. I'll search this one. Nope, just health chips. Wait, what does it mean there's only health chips? I guess that's all there is in there. So maybe that one.
This one maybe, no?
There they are.
Yeah.
Okay. What lane am I missing, if you don't mind?
The purple.
That lane 2?
It is lane 3.
3. 3 is yellow.
Oh, no, it is 2. It's the third one along. Sorry.
Okay.
Yeah.
Just drop it there and we'll
lane 3 is
up.
the first one. I'll grab it.
Okay.
Pop it in.
Hopefully I didn't completely mess up the game. So let's try that again. There we go. Okay, and let's have it set up. What are we gonna get? Okay, yike. That must be our 5, I'm gonna say. 3 range so far. And a poison too. All right, well, we've got our bog frog who's going to, he's melee, so he's going to move and target the strongest or the closest first. We've got our ranged kobold tracker, who's we looked at has hardy and compound. And we've got our 5-point baddie, which is a dragon delinquent. He is powerful, so he's got a speed of 6, health of 7, rolls 2 attack and 2 defense dice. Has weaken 2 if he rolls a bones, and then he has a new skill, which I believe our other baddie, our level 1 has, which is engulf. Now engulf means whoever he targets, if he has a successful attack on, that attack spills over into anyone that's next to him adjacent, not diagonal, orthogonal. So if Mike and I were next to each other, for example, and it attacked Mike, I would get the same damage as would Mike. Now, the funny thing about engulf is it also damages itself and anyone adjacent to it. So I could be wrong, Mike, but once we take out that poison, we might want to rush up there, or we might want to rush up there ASAP, if you know what I mean.
Yeah, we sort of want to be beside other people, beside the enemy, but not each other.
Because free damage is free damage, right? So, I'm thinking I'm going to rush up to that spot eventually. Are they all 6s? Yike. 6, 6, 6. So they're very fast, and the other one's very slow. And then Mike and I have to roll, so I'll go ahead and do that. 4 and 3. Okay. So sadly, all of those guys are going to get to go before we get to go. So we got to make sure Mike and I, like he said, are not in the same, not adjacent to each other. So no matter who they target, we're not accidentally damaging the other person.
Well,
okay.
I don't mind going where you are because I'm going to throw my critter down.
Okay, and I'm going to...
That will take the poison then.
Yes, it will. Although he will attack. So yeah, and just so everyone knows, when Mike places his pet, it has to go adjacent to him orthogonally. So any of those 3 spaces there. And it's going to move to closest first and strongest second. So it will, attack the puppy. Oops, I have messed something up here. There we go. I am going to, when I get to go, hopefully I'll still be alive. I would target this guy with my frag grenade and hopefully hit those 2 as well. All right, so we've got our order. Whoever's in lane 1 there, which is our big baddie, he's going to target the weakest.
We're both the same.
We're both the same. So you want to roll a d6? I guess, I don't know.
1, 2, 3, you get it. 4, 5, 6, I get it.
Sure.
4.
Okay, so he's attacking Mike.
Me.
And you want me to do the rolls again?
Oh, yeah.
Okay, so he's using 2 and 2. So he's going to hit really hard to start things off. 2 defense and 2 attack. And he's got a bones. So he's going to weaken Mike for 2, which is going to steal 2 of Mike's dexterity to start with. He is going to get 1 defense die. I can figure it out. There we go. And he's hitting Mike for 2 damage. And that is the end of his turn. A big turn, though. Which makes Mike the weakest at this point. So some people might target him. Yeah, both of these guys target weakest. So Mike's going to need to get his puppy. His puppy will be weaker than him. And somehow his puppy has to survive, which it's not going to, unfortunately. Because the poison's going to bypass the hardy and take it out. Okay. Next is our lane 2, which is our kobold tracker. Who...
Was that weakened too? Yeah, it was.
Yeah, sorry about that. It's my bad rolling. And it's round 1, so our Kobold tracker is only going to roll 1 attack die and nothing else. So let's set that up. And he's attacking Mike again because it's weakest. And he hits Mike for 1.
Hey.
I got to remember what I have here. Roll 2 additional attack dice on your turn. Okay, I got to remember that. Any loot that'll help you? No, it's just... Okay. Next is going to be our ranged... what's his name here? Dragon Hatchling, who sadly is also targeting the weakest, which once again is Mike, but with 1 die. So let's get a bones here. That would be nice, right? And we do. We get a bones. He has no bones effect, and he does nothing to Mike. And now I am going to go...
I'm happy with that.
Yes, I would be as well. And I am going to start by throwing my frag grenade. I have 2 booms I can use. So that's my frag is 1 of my 5 dexterity. I have 3 attacks, so that would be 4. And I'm going to roll 1 defense for 5. So let's see how we do. There's my defense. The bones. 4 attack, though. Oh, I didn't declare a target. I'm sorry. I believe I'm attacking the poison guy, though.
Okay.
So we're going to hit him for 4. I'm going to slot these 2 bones in. And bones, just so you know, if you're confused about the bones thing, so I have 2 defense dice I can roll. If I slot 2 of those in my active slots, I can't roll defense dice again. However, if you roll a bones with your defense dice, that doesn't count. So I can still roll my 2 defense dice next time. And then I got to roll my boom, my frag for 3. Okay. Oh no, hold on. I'm targeting the wrong guy, aren't I? I wanted to target
Big dude.
the big dude, but then the poison's going to go. But your guy is going to...
I'm going to go before that.
Before him. Okay, so I'm going to target the big guy. My apologies. You're not really supposed to call targets like that. But so let's start with the natural damage. So we've got 4 damage. I'm not going to delete him this time. 1 is absorbed by his shield. We've got 1, 2, 3 natural damage. And then my boom is 3 damage. So it's going to do another 3 to him. 1, 2, 3. And then its splash damage is half rounded down, which basically just means 1 damage to these guys. 1 and 1. Not to mention I only could have done 1 to the hardy anyways. So not a bad turn, I think. I could have also... Who's down to 1? I'm going to use...
Boss.
I'm going to use my throw odds to do that additional damage and take him out. I then have to basically remove that, just to show you technically, and move it down. Everything goes from right to left as you use one. So I will actually get to use that again if I want on my next turn. And that ends my turn, and we go to Mike.
That was some explosion.
Yeah, kaboom! Well, with a name like Boomer, you know.
So I have 3 dexterity.
Correct. Because of the weakened 2.
I want to get my pet out.
Okay.
So I'll grab that dice. And then I'll roll 2 attack dice.
Okay.
Yeah, am I rolling it on? I think I'll roll it on the engulfed dude, the top left. Hopefully I can take him out.
Let's see how Mike does on the roll here. 2 damage.
2 damage, and do I get the pet?
You do, if you want.
Yep.
That's actually one of the better sides with 3 health.
So...
Yeah, I think you place him and then give him health, if I'm not mistaken. Okay, also a good one.
Engulf.
And
the reason I took the engulfed dude out is it was going to attack him, which was going to hit me.
Right, right.
Does the weaken go down to 1, or does it come off altogether?
Nope, goes down to 1. There you go. Good turn as well.
And that's me.
All right, which leaves only our poison baddie, who, because Lil Yeti, our Wolverine, is closest, he's going to move and attack Lil Yeti. And he puts a poison effect die on him, unfortunately. Now, this is interesting,
Poison's
Mike.
true damage, so true damage bypasses hard.
Yes, but Lil Yeti does not have to go because it costs you a dex. You can choose. Remember, the poison effect would only take effect on his turn, but I think you can skip his turn. Or does the effect hit him anyways, I guess?
I'm gonna say that that's a very cheesy way to think about it, and it's gonna hit him.
It's going to hit him anyways on your next turn.
Yeah.
Okay, so we are now in round 2. That was a heck of an effective round, I have to say. Moving to round 2.
I'm gonna feel it for a few days.
Oh, I forgot to exhaust my frag grenade, so I've got to do that. Am I still down by 1 defense? Is that for the whole thing?
Yeah.
I am, okay. Okay, so starting over again, our, if I'm not mistaken, that is our hardy compound kobold tracker, who again is targeting weakest, which is Lil Yeti. Because he's the same as you health-wise, but he's closer. So we're going to play those rules. So he's going to, now that we're in round 2, he's going to roll 2 attack dice, but Lil Yeti can only take, he's hardy, so he can only take 1 damage regardless of what happens here. So he rolls 2 damage, Lil Yeti takes 1. And that's the end of his turn. They're good for meat shields. I think they should find a way to make them more effective, but now, unfortunately, no, I am going to attack. Well, what do you think, Mike? Like, should I try and get rid of the poison, or do I try and take out? I don't have another grenade, so I can't do any splash damage.
I should have 4 attack dice this time. No, yes.
So you could possibly take out that 4 health bog frog right there.
Here's hoping.
Okay, in that case, well, I still kind of feel like I should attack him to help, but then this guy stays alive.
Well, I reckon if you take the poison dude out, the other dude is less.
He's only going to roll, well, it'll be 3
He's going
attack
to roll
dice.
3 dice at that point.
So maybe I can take him out.
Well, see what you can do.
Okay.
If you can't take him out, then I can do my split arrow and maybe do both.
Okay. Well, I've got the throw odd, so that's going to be a bonus damage if I need it.
Yeah,
so
yeah. With my split arrow, I'll always be able to throw at least 1 damage onto the
bog frog.
Yeah, the kobold.
Croaky McGee.
So yeah, if you attack the bog frog, depending on what health he has left.
Okay. So I've got a maximum 3 attack dice I can use. I'm going to use that maximum, and I've got 5 dex. So I'm going to use, I don't really need to roll a defense at this point, so I'm actually going to roll my component. So that's 3, 4, and I could roll the defense for a bones, I guess. So let's do that. Roll in defense. Bones. We'll take it. The attack. And component. Ooh. Well, okay. So I've got another bones. I should clarify for anyone watching this, either in replay or whatever, you can choose to use a bones during your turn, but you can't use the same backup power twice in a turn. So it's not like I can throw bones and then they slide down and I can throw bones, etc. So I am going to take that component. So let's start my turn. I'm going to take that component. I'm going to make another bomb. So that's going to
take your bomb down whenever you did the grenade earlier?
I did not. Thank you. There it is. We're going to make another bomb to 2. These 3 dice are going to be exhausted now. Let me fix those up. And I've rolled
the attack
3 damage plus a throw bone, so 4 damage, which kills him.
Unless there's something else you can do with the free bones.
Whoops.
I reckon I could kill him.
Actually, most of my things I don't really like until you get way further up the track.
Okay.
But I've still got 2, so I've still got a backup plan, which is actually the name. Okay, and now that's it for me. Now Mike is going to go.
So, start of my turn, my puppy gets attacked.
And dies, sadly.
Poor puppy. But he did what he was supposed to. The damage on him.
Precisely.
That would have killed me. I have 4 attack dice.
Okay.
And there's only one person I can aim at.
Who is hardy, but he only had 1 health left, didn't he? Yep.
Yep.
He dead.
Not anymore.
And we won a battle. Oh, that's newish. I don't remember that being there before. And I took no damage, so I can actually scout. And I'm going to reset all these things.
I am going to heal overnight.
And you still get a scout, which is nice.
Yeah, there's no way I want to go through the next encounter with that low health.
No. Okay, let's start off by, before I forget, doing the day and the progress. So we did the bottom choice. We get 1 progress and 1 day. Okay, and we get 2 training and a loot. So let's go over to Mike.
So I am going to do my same again. I'm going to try for an attack.
Okay.
So rolling 5 this time.
Oh, I thought you got it.
Actually, I should have pulled the loot first because there's loot that can
change
negate.
the roll. So let's mulligan that. Just make it go away. There we go. I didn't see anything.
No. Well, that's what the roll was. But see if the loot changes it.
Oh, okay. Yeah. I think that's a heal, if I'm not mistaken. Heal yourself for 3 HP in battle or 5 HP out of battle.
I like it.
Mm-hmm.
So I didn't get that. I will go for health.
Both in health or 1 health? I mean.
1 health, and then I'm going to try again for the attack. Just attack is hard to get, so I'm going to keep lowering it if I can get it.
Hey, look at that. So he's now got a dexterity of 5 and an attack of 6. But he got an extra health. So up to 7 health.
Me
okay.
Up to 7.
I think I'm going to do the same thing with health, so I'm going to tick that up 1. And I'm also going to tick up my dexterity by 1 to give me 6 dexterity. Let me move my health. Okay. And now you've got your innate scout, and I've got my non-innate scout.
See what we roll. 3.
1 pointer.
1.
Break.
Nah, goodbye.
Flush him down the toilet. All right, I'm going to roll as well.
See what else he had. It's goodbye.
Well, I'm doing. Hopefully he's not still there. So I'm going to scout a hardy with 3 health. Not the worst thing. And only 1 attack die. I think I'm going to keep him on the top.
Yeah, and he doesn't do anything else funky. No. So
targets the closest or strongest. So let's keep him on the top. Okay. And moving on to, let me fix the round tracker there. Moving on to the next encounter. Free trade is rarely free. After going so long without a significant find, the approaching group of merchants are a welcome sight. They seem friendly enough and are quick to beckon us to trade. I guess we should have approached more warily, as we are caught completely off guard when surrounded by 4 hooded figures. Maybe this is the way they greet everyone? One of us suggests. Or maybe we're dead, I reply. Either way, we need to act fast. 2 choices. Top choice says it's non-combat. We got to bribe the Mulmesh, who are the traders in the game. Party must give up loot equal... Oh, you know what? I didn't pull a loot.
No, you didn't.
Let me do that real quick. I got herbs with 3 uses. Heal yourself for 1 HP in battle. That's pretty good. And the way this works in the real world is you turn the card on the angle depending on what turn you see up in the top right corner. It's a 3, then I'll turn it slightly to make it a 2, and then a 1, and then it goes away. Not a big heal, but it's a heal. Okay, so again, making our choice. The party must give up loot equal to party size. So I think we both have 2. We'd have to give up both of our loot. We shuffle the special encounter in, and
the
if
party
it's not
must
already...
give up, so we wouldn't give up 1 each.
Oh, okay. Well, that's not terrible. And then we shuffle the special encounter card into the deck if it's not already there, which it is not. Or our second choice is a bonus loot for each of us. Select 1 gear lock. You have 5 rounds to defeat 4 cloaked figures. Place 4 stacks of HP, a 3, a 5, a 4, and a 4, on baddie melee positions in any order. These cloaked figures do not move or attack. The selected gear lock treats this as a normal battle. Does affect encounter success. I'm not sure I would do all that and use my frag grenade and all that kind of stuff again just to get an extra loot. But I will go to...
It's the other card is what you're going to take, which may pull in something nastier down the line.
The Mulmesh Trader's card, from what I remember, is actually like a bonus trading opportunity, I believe. You want me to go take a look at it?
No, don't spoil it. If it shows, it shows.
Okay.
Either way, we're getting to experience.
Exactly.
Yeah, I'm happy enough just to take the experience and put the card in, and if it appears, it appears.
Exactly. All right, me too. So I'm going to have to do that manual stuff again. I'll move the top card. Thank God we get to shuffle that. Do you see what we were going to get next? So I got to find it. It's here somewhere. Oh, I can't search those. Oh, I can. Okay. Mulmesh Traders. There it is. Oops. I'm going to take that. We're going to put it in that deck. And we're going to put the cover back on. Why can I never do that? And then we're going to shuffle. There we go. Okay, so going over to Mike, I'm going to do the day and the progress. So we are 5 of 6 progress in order to challenge Mulmesh. 1 more progress. We can choose to challenge him. We are only of 6 of 9 days, so we could continue and try and get stronger or more loot, etc. All comes down to party choice. So heading over to Mike for 2 training points. Wonder what he's going to do.
I'm going to try and get my attack up.
Okay. Oh, come on. That was a good roll, too.
Didn't happen, so I'm going to increase my dexterity.
Yeah, okay. Smart move, I think. Second training point.
Second training point. Should I go for another health? Yeah, I think health I'm going to go for.
Yeah, considering you have no defense, you do have a meat shield, but... And that tyrant is going to hit very hard.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, so that's Mike heading back over to me. I am also going to go for a health, so we're going to go up to 8. Fix that up there. And then now I need to look at something else here, because what are we going to do? Sonic Cleanse or Stunner or Flashbang? Let's take a look at those. So Sonic Cleanse, I think we looked at that. When cleanse is active, remove all negative effect die from the party and prevent new effect die from being applied to the party. Reduce the number by 1 at the... So it could be up to 2 turns we could remove negative effects. That's Sonic Cleanse. Flashbang, we know what it does. The problem with Flashbang, it doesn't work on the tyrant. Only level 1s or 5s, and you never know which one it's going to apply to. Then we've got... Did I look at... Disable? Oh, that is that one. So we've got Smoke. What was the other one I said? Sonic Cleanse. Oh, Stunner. Stunner is there. So one side is a mandatory bones, and the rest of the sides are all for level 5s, which could come in handy. So place a stun effect die on the baddie if its point total is equal to or less than, well, it's all 5s, so can't do a 20 and can't do the tyrant. And that would stun him for the, how long does it say? Place a stun effect die. It doesn't tell you, or is he just stunned for the whole time? It's not a good explanation, is it?
I would say stunned for a turn.
For one turn, that makes more sense. Jeez. Can I do napalm? No. I'm tempted to do sonic cleanse in case we get a lot of poisons put on us. I could remove at least some of them. I've always gone with body search, and what body search does it allows me to scavenge for more components. I could also do that. Maybe that's a smart move. You know what? I am going to do that. I'm sticking with what I know. We're going to go with body search, which does cost a dexterity to roll. But zooming in a bit, you can see there are 2 sides with bones. A third side would give me 3 health. Fourth side would give me a loot. And, oh, sorry, that was the third side. Fourth side would give me a component of my choice. And the final side would give me 2 components of my choice. So we'll take that. That's my 2 points. Now, we've shuffled the encounter in, so we're good there. So we can scout now.
Yeah.
So Mike's going to roll his D6 to scout. And if you're just coming into the chat, welcome. We are playing Too Many Bones at 2 players with Mike and myself versus Mulmesh, as you can see there. We are on day 6, and we've made 5 out of 6 progress towards challenging Mulmesh. So Mike has scouted a hardy compound kobold tracker who's ranged, only has 2 health. He's very quick at 6, and he's compound. That's compound, again, is the amount of attack dice he gets to roll. Depends on, that's why there's an X there, depends on the round.
I'm happy enough to keep him again. He's not silly.
Not terrible.
Not at the start of a match, anyway.
No. Okay, so Mike's going to put him there, and I'm going to roll the D6 as well and see if I get to scout maybe a level. So I do. 4 to 5, I can scout a 5 or a 1, so I'm going to scout a 5. And we've got a 5 health, 3 initiative, I say speed, but you know what I mean, melee kobold elite, who is also compound, so his dice are going to depend on the round we're in, who's targeting, I don't know what that means, both of us? Whoever? Or if he's next to 2 of us, he will hit 2 of us. That's what that means. So if for example, what's a good example? If I'm here and Mike's here and he was there, he would hit both of us. So, I don't know. He doesn't seem that scary until we get up in higher rounds, and then he would be terrible.
Well, it's going to take at least 5 rounds to get him out.
Because neither of us have a poison, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, he's going to the bottom. Which probably opened us up to something more horrifying, but... Okay, and I think it's on to the next encounter card. Or are you going to do... Did you have to heal?
I did heal up at the end of my last
Okay, so
round.
We can't... But not this round, right?
Yeah, it was at the end of the round
last
before,
round, so you can actually do another scout.
Do a bonus scout.
Mm-hmm. Rolled a 3, so it's a level 1 again. You're going to get... Okay, I thought it would give you the same one for some reason. So he is
I think it remembers which one it gives you, actually.
Okay. He's a Griffin Yearling with that flight power that we covered earlier. Just take a look at the earlier match if you want to see what that is. He's got only 2 health, 5 initiative, so he's fast and rolls 2 attack dice and no defense dice. He is melee, though, so he has to move, and he will target closest first and weakest second if there's a tie.
I think he's weak enough.
Okay.
He can go back in.
I would agree. And we're off to the next encounter. A Kobold Conundrum. A loud
Did you
shriek.
put the day counter up for that one?
I did already, did I not? Oh, no. I don't remember.
How many cards are there?
5. This will be the one I just pulled is 6.
Okay, yeah. So we're at day 6. That's good.
Yeah. Okay, let me fix that. Oh, come on. Whatever. Okay. A kobold conundrum. A loud shriek breaks our peaceful walk, and we immediately start running toward an escalating commotion coming from a nearby clearing. We are at once put on guard when our approach reveals a scaly kobold, who is the source, not the cause, of the screams. The kobold lies thrashing in the grass, bound by its hands and feet. As if on cue, the gang responsible presses in, eager to end the kobold's life. Some in our party are already backing away. Why meddle in this? But so many questions arise. Is the kobold a defector? A possible ally? Let's see what our choices are. So we have 2 choices. The top one is a non-battle, and that's just nice, one less kobold. So we back away for no bonuses, but we still get a training point and a progress. But if we decide to take the more difficult route, Gearlock Curiosity is a curse. Save that lizard. We're going to make our BQ of baddie points, so that's going to be 12 plus a party of 1 to 2. We add 2 1-point baddies to the top of the baddie queue. That's a lot. So we would have 2 5-pointers and 4 1-pointers. Am I correct on that one? I think so.
Yeah.
And but we do have surprise,
14. Yeah.
which means we'd get to go first. Or we just take the first choice, back away, take our training point and our progress. Mike?
I think we could do the second one for the extra training point. Going first makes a difference.
Okay, so that would be made up of, well, we have to make up the 2 manually afterwards. So again, we're on day 6, so that's 12. We would have 2 5s and 2 2s would fill the mat, and the other 2 would wait in the wings. So let's do that. I'll go for it. Oh, you already did that. Okay, so here we go.
Do we not just put the other 2 at the bottom?
Oh yeah, you can do that. Yeah. I have to reset this though. I don't want to mess it all up. I don't know if you can or not, but we'll find out. So set up battle mat. I've never noticed it counts down the baddie points as it does it. That's definitely a 5. That's definitely a level 5. I'll go over them really quick for anyone that's watching later.
Yeah, and the other 2 are
okay,
ready
you
to
get
go.
deploy next baddie. Fancy. This is a great mod. I love it.
Yeah, that's brilliant.
Okay, so we've got starting we'll go by row. So in row 1, we've got our level 5 Bog Lurk. He is ranged, has 6 health, 4 initiative, so he's not that fast, but mid-pack. Poison 2, though, and he targets everybody on the board, so it doesn't matter who we are, where we are, everyone gets hit. Then row 2, lane 2, we've got a level 5 Dire Wolf. 6 health, 4 initiative. He rolls 4 attack dice. That's painful. He has lashback 2, so if any of us are adjacent and we hit him, he's going to hit us for 2. Next in lane 3, we've got a Kobold Green Thumb, who has 3 health points, 4 initiative, rolls only 1 dice, but he is hardy, so he can only take 1 damage no matter what we roll against him. And finally, we've got the guy that we've seen before, the Kobold Tracker, 2 health, 6 initiative, so he's quick, compound attack dice, so depending on the round. He is hardy, though, so we can only take 1 damage again at a time. So it really is going to come down to priorities here.
Yeah, I would say take the poison guy out first because he can hit us from anywhere.
Yeah. Now this guy is going to roll 4 dice, but that poison, there's nothing we can do against it. Like 0.
Yeah, hopefully the dire wolf will go up against my little pup for a turn or 2, so that'll negate him for
Right.
a while, and we do get to attack before they do.
All right, so I'm going to go on the board Probably at the opposite corner of where you are. So I've got 8 health, and Mike, I can't see your health anymore for some reason.
Yeah, for some reason, whenever this mod loaded this time, the health didn't go above. It doesn't matter. That's
okay.
it.
You've got 8 as well?
Yep.
Okay. So we're equal as far as movement goes. Let's put all their stuff in. So we've got the very fast 6 who's most likely going to go first. Let's Mike and I roll to see where we're going to go, and then I'll place the other ones. So I'm at a 4. And Mike is at a 4. So you should go first this time before me. And then we just got to place the other ding-dongs in there all below us. So 1, 2, 3. Technically, that's wrong, but hang on a second, I'll fix it. It goes by lane order first, so lane 1 goes before lane 2, before lane 3, and our 6, of course. So, starting off this battle, we were all the way down. Okay, is going to be our lane 4. I believe that's this guy, our kobold tracker, who's going to roll.
Well, no, we go first.
Oh,
we get surprised.
So we have surprise. So he's actually going to go. Oh, sorry, that's my fault. He's going to go here in 3rd position.
Well, all right. So I thought surprises we got a free round.
No, surprise me as an initiative thing, as far as I know. There it is. Surprise. After setting initiative for the battle, move all opposing units to the bottom of the initiative meter and maintain their order.
Okay.
So you are up.
Okay, so I am going to roll my little doggy.
Okay.
And
who are you targeting? The poison. We know that. Okay.
Yeah, poison dude.
So Mike has 6 dexterity, so he can roll up to 6 dice.
So I'm gonna roll my my multi arrow as well.
Okay.
Plus 4 attack dice. So my 4 attack dice.
Oh, nice. 7.
Ooh, that's lovely.
So do you want to save the multi arrow? Oh no, you can apply possibly 2 of those, up to 2 of those.
Oh yeah. Okay. No, it's getting used. It's what it's there for.
Nice.
Get it out early. So maybe hit something that won't hit me.
Yeah.
So I got to use one of those dice, and I am going to leave my puppy in here.
Okay.
I'm not going to lock that as bones.
So obviously going to use one of the 2s.
Yep. So 7 damage automatically takes this guy out.
Fantastic. Nice.
Which should mean another one will come out.
Yeah, I never know whether that means they come out this round, or
I think they come out for the start of the next round, but they're
round,
always at the bottom.
Yeah, I was trying to fix those, but I messed it up.
And then I can hit something for 2. I reckon. Well, those 2 are hardy, so I might as well use the 2 on the lashback.
Right, because he hasn't moved yet, so he can't lash back.
Yeah.
Okay. Very nice round. Now, do we want... We just have to remember not to give him his turn, I guess. So do I hit deploy next, Patty? Let's see. Hopefully it just deploys one of them. Okay, perfect. So we got a Griffin Yearling, 2 health, 5 initiative. Doesn't matter. He's going to go on the bottom. Gets to roll 2 attack dice, but he has that flight skill. So we're only going to be able to target him every second time he goes.
Does he come in now, or does he come in at the start of next turn?
I believe he comes in the start. Well, not the start of next turn. He'll be last next
the end
round.
Of next turn, yeah. You take your turn. I'll have a quick scoot for the book and see if I can find it.
Nothing. Oh, it froze up on me. Are we doing okay here? I've got a sudden lag spike.
Yeah, I'm going through the book, so it might be loading stuff from the book.
Oh, okay.
I'll stop doing that.
That makes sense. Okay, so I'll move my marker up, and I have 2 booms, so this would be a great time to target that bird. So I am going to use my frag grenade.
Well, if he's not attacking this turn, I doubt you can attack him this turn.
Oh yeah, that's a good point. That would not be fair. That would not be fair. So I'm going to save that one maybe, because right now I'm only going to damage 1 enemy.
But if you can take out the lashback, it'd be much appreciated before he comes down and hits me with 4 dice.
Hits your face. Well, he's going to hit your dog. Oh, you didn't get your dog. Damn it. Okay. Okay. In that case, no. Yes. I'm going to roll the smoke grenade. And how many? I have 3 attacks, so I'll roll that. So that's 4 total out of 6. I'm going to roll 1 defense. We have killed 1.
We have.
So
yeah.
I can roll my body search. I'm going to roll my body search, my smoke grenade, 3 attack, and 1 defense. That's for my total of 6. Starting with the defense. Didn't get a bone, so I'll slot that anyways for now. Rolling the 3 attack. And before that finishes, I will roll the other 2. So I've got a bones on my body search. I am not going to use that. Whoops. I grabbed both of them. Not going to use the bones. I'll reslot it in body search. I did get a 2-turn length of the smoke screen. So I'm actually going to give Mike that smoke screen because I just got to read it again to be double sure. The next time a baddie targets this unit with an attack, it will miss. So in other words, it doesn't stop them from targeting and moving to you, but he's going to attack and miss. So it gives us extra time should I not take him out here, which I won't. But I'm not even going to bother slotting it. I got my bones in throw odds. So I've got a total of 3 damage to hit him with. It's close, but not ideal. But I think we're in okay shape, I hope. Okay. Next is going to be our kobold. Oh, darn it. He's going to be... Oh, you have 2 turns of it, though. You're okay. He's going to target you. Or... Actually, we're both the same. You want to do that same thing? Roll the dice?
Well, I've got the smoke on me, so I might as well take it.
And you have it for 2 turns, so that's going to be good. So yeah, you can... you want me to do the roll? What does he get? 1 dice. 1 die, excuse me. And he hits you for 2, but it misses. And then this ticks down to 1. So he was totally ineffective. And now our wolf is going to go. He is going to move towards you because you're closest. And he's going to attack, but should I even bother rolling? Because he's going to miss.
Well, does he get...
He has no bones bonuses.
Defense, he doesn't have any bones ability, so yeah, no matter what he attacks.
But then I have to exhaust.
Roll it anyway so I can laugh at the...
Okay, well, let's leave that on you then. And we'll do his 4.
Because if it is 4 bones...
That would be hilarious. Then you don't have to use your smoke screen. It's not. He would have hit you for 4 and a bones. So he misses because of the smoke screen, but that's it for this battle. I exhaust that die. And next is our lane 3 Hardy. He is going to move to the strongest or closest, which is me. So he's going to move 1. And he's going to attack for 1 die. And he rolls a 1. So he hits me for 1. I do have 1 defense slotted in. So he does nothing to me at the moment. And then we have finally our... no, that's next time. So he's not doing anything this time. Okay, we're going to move the initiative all down. We're going to go to round 2. We still don't have a space, so we don't bring on the next guy. But Mike is going to go first.
Okay, so I'm going to move for 1.
Okay.
Dexterity. Because I don't want to hit with the lifespan.
Right, and you're not orthogonal to him, so you're not adjacent.
I am going to try and get my doggy out again.
Okay.
So that is 2 of my 6 stacks.
Yep.
Which means I have 4 left.
You do.
I get 1 bones. See if I get my puppy out. I don't get the puppy out again, but I'm not going to lock that dice.
No.
And then I hit him for 1.
And he's dead.
He's dead.
Okay.
We'll leave pulling the other one out until the start of next round.
Okay. Yeah, it gets a little confusing, doesn't it? Okay, I'm going to go next. Sorry, were you done, Mike? My apologies.
Yeah, the only thing I have is a bones.
Right. And now his bones, we've never looked closely at Mike's backup plan. So the bones he has right now is switch targets, which means once he calls a target and makes his rolls, he could use that bone, depending on what he got in his rolls, to select a different target before applying them. I guess that could be useful if you get some roll you didn't think you were going to get.
Yeah.
Okay, so I am targeting... I'm thinking I should target the bird before he flies. The griffin yearling. Or I could take him out.
We need to start hitting the compound one.
Right, you have split target though, so you have the best chance of doing that.
Well, I don't have split target anymore.
Oh, you used it, right. Well, you do if you get another bones.
Yeah, yeah.
So that's the second backup plan for him, is select a new target after applying at least 1 die to his initial target. So he does have that. I don't know, what would you do? I guess you could split it among them, because he can only take 1 damage anyway. So yeah, maybe I will target the hardy compound. He can only take 1 damage as well, but we'll start wearing him out a little bit.
Can you roll a few shields? And
yeah, I can roll 2 defense and 2 attack. Well, yeah, because they're just a waste. Although bones are never a waste, but
well, you can roll your search body.
I can do the body search again. Yeah, so 2 and 2 is 5. I got 1 more, so maybe I should do another component. Yeah, we'll do that. Come on. Okay, we'll start with our defense, offense, attack. I mean, and our other stuff. That's my body search. Got a bones again. I did get a 2 fuse, so that's something. 2 damage and 2 shield. So I'm gonna slot a shield because why not? And I'm applying 2 damage.
You're gonna slot both shields?
I don't usually, because then I can't roll any bones. Then I can't roll next time. But then again, I could do that because
you could take the shield
in case I take damage. Yeah. Okay, so I'll do that. Thank you. And he takes 1 damage because he's hardy. And that would be the end of my turn. And Mike, do you want to narrate the next guy's turn just so I can take a sip of drink here? I'm losing my voice again.
Yep, no problem. So we are on to yellow 4, which is this little hardy dude. So because of where he is, he's going to attack Dab.
Yep.
With loves and kisses. Spiky ones. He has 1 attack on him, so 1 attack die to be rolled, and this clashes off 1 of his shields.
That's right. I'll believe
unless
that.
You want to abuse, which
nope, all
understand.
Good.
And that's his turnover.
Yep. And next is that? No.
Blue. So.
Oh, okay, yeah, so he had done. So blue is up now. He is going to attack. He's going to move and attack. And the weakest.
I'm on 8. You're on 8. So he could attack either.
You have no defense. Let him attack me. At least I have 1 defense.
Sure. I'm not going to say no to you getting hit instead of me.
And we'll do, he's got 2 dice. And he rolls 1 damage. Does he have any bones effect? No.
No, he's got flight, so he's gonna
So that gets rid of my other defense anyway, but it doesn't damage me. And flight is number 5. There we go. So Mike and I cannot target him next round. And that brings us to round 3. And Mike is up. So let me head to his mat. There we go.
I'm going to try my pet again.
He's been very shy.
Sure it's actually going to come out at all. And that gives me 5 attack dice roll.
And if you're just joining the stream, thank you for joining. You can catch this all later in a replay on YouTube. And we are playing Too Many Bones at 2 players with Black Sheep, who's Mike, and the Bruiser, me, who's Jeff. Mike is playing as Ghillie. I am playing as Boomer. And we are going after the Tyrant Mulmesh. Sorry, Mike, just let me. It is day 6 out of our maximum of 9, and we are 5 of 6 progress to being able to challenge him. Sorry, Mike, please continue.
Yeah, so hopefully I will roll 1 bones out of the 5. So I can split my attack because they're both hungry.
Okay. Look at that, 1 bones.
So I'm going to use my backup plan.
Okay. Which is split target, select a new target after applying at least 1 die to his initial target.
So, 1 die to... Well, it doesn't matter. I can only hit them both for 1. But that will
they're
take,
hardy, yeah.
Yeah, that will take... Oh, we should have got our new guy in.
Okay, there's room for him. Go ahead. Now, would he be playing this round?
He'll be playing on... Yeah, he'll be playing at the end of this round.
Okay.
But it might change who I attack. Yeah, I would be attacking him.
Oh, yes.
So I'm going to hit him, and then my split, I'm going to go for the
hardy.
kobold.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you have to choose one of your die, which would just be 1. That's all you need, right?
Yeah, yeah.
And you're going to kill him instantly.
I'm going to kill him. And then I take a second die.
Look at that.
Use it again to kill him.
That was a sweet turn. So we are down to 2 baddies, one of which we can't target this round because he's flying. So I pretty much have to do attack that hardy.
I'll try my puppy again.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, puppy's not coming out to play.
Holy moly. That's a lot of bones for that puppy. Very shy.
Yeah,
hey, Cthulhu's here. How's it going, man? I appreciate you popping in. We are, I don't know, more than probably 2/3 way through a round of Too Many Bones here. Okay, so the hardy. Oh no, it's my turn. I have not taken my turn, so I'm targeting, and the only one I can target is our hardy kobold green thumb, which means he's going to only take 1 damage no matter what I roll. So I am rolling to build up my backup plan really at this point and get at least 1 damage on him because it's all I can do. So once again, I'm going to roll my body search, which has just been elusive like your puppy. So I have 6 dexterity. That's going to be 1. I'm going to roll 2 of my 3. I appreciate it, man. I really do. Thanks for popping in. That'll be 3 out of my 6. Actually, why don't I... It doesn't matter, does it? There's more bones on the defense die, right?
Yeah. But so it's worth getting your defense anyway. That means they can attack you and I can kill
true. Them. So I'm going to roll my maximum 2 defense die. You can see over there. Maximum 2. I'm going to roll... So that's 2, 4, 5. I can roll 1 more something. So I might as well roll another component to make another boom. So let's roll our defense, roll our attack. Okay, well, I mean, that's not terrible, right?
Yeah, well, you can only hit him for 1 anyway.
Exactly. So I'm going to slot this in throw Oz. I'm not going to use this bones. That's my body search. Did I roll those? I didn't roll them yet. Okay, well, that'll... Okay, big roll. Oh, come on.
You might as well didn't have not rolled.
I'm telling you. I am going to slot that just because I'm trying to build up the bones. I'm going to hit him for 1. Did that take off? I didn't see. No, now it did. So he's down to 1 health. And I'm going to slot both of these defense, like you said. Why not? And there is nothing else for me to do on my turn, which means it's his turn. And he's going to target me because he's adjacent and doesn't like poor Boomer's face. And roll 1 attack die against poor old Boomer. And he rolls a single attack, which means I'm going to use one of my shields, so I take no damage. And that's the end of his sad turn. I shouldn't be getting cocky, not at all. And finally, our bird is going to come back to the ground. He is no longer flying. And he is going to attack...
The one with the shield.
The one with the shield, which is me again. All right, so he's going to roll 2 attack die against Boomer. Okay, we get a bone, so nothing, and a 1. So that takes away my final defense shield, but doesn't actually damage me. And we are on to round 4, and there are no more baddies to bring in, extra baddies. And it starts with Mike's turn, so let's head to Mike's mat. Black Sheep's mat. Sorry.
I am not even going to bother trying to get my puppy out.
There's not enough damage out there at this point.
Yeah, it is. I would get him out, and then it would be another turn to move him into where I need to. By that point, we're already gone.
Yeah.
So I'm going to roll 6, and hopefully 2 of them are bones, so I can split the attack and kill both of them in one go.
Okay. That's a big roll. Look at that. So 1, 2, 3, 4,
1
5,
bones.
and a bonus.
And I take out Birdie.
Bye-bye, Birdie.
Bye-bye, Birdie.
All right. Our Griffin is dead, which just leaves our final target. You didn't have any you're not right. You're not changing anything there. Anything else on your turn?
Nope, that's me.
Okay, which brings Boomer up in the initiative meter to go next. I am obviously targeting our Hardy, but his Hardy's not going to help him if I hit this time because he only has 1 health left. So he can only take 1 damage, but that's all we need. So I'm thinking it might be a good time to roll my last component and a body search, or am I getting cocky? And do the like that. My maximum 3 attack, 4, 5, and 1 defense. As a
Well, you don't need the defense.
I really don't, but I can't roll any more attack. I only have a max of 3.
You might as well use it. In case you whiff.
Okay, so there's that. There's our 3 attack dice. And rolling the other dice.
I don't think that rolled. That just went up in the air and landed in the same spot.
Nope. That body search die is broken. I'm going with that, but I am going to slot that. So before I do anything else, I'm going to slot my defense just as a fallback. Let's see.
Well, there's no fallback.
Oh
You've
yeah,
got
he's
1
dead.
health,
That's
and you
right.
hit him for free.
So let's. But before I do that, see if I do that right now, it ends. So I'm building a boom first, which exhausts these 2. Turns this one down to 1 fuse, and I get an extra boom. Oh, well, that was stupid. I guess 3 is the maximum. Damn it. All right, I'm leaving those in there.
I didn't realize that.
No, I didn't know either.
There you go. You've never got that much before.
No, I haven't.
We're doing that well. Now it's time to die.
Oh, that was a bad thing to say. But he is dead. And we have won that battle, ladies and gentlemen, on round 4. Oh, as my voice cracks. We'll take our initiative dice out. Thanks, man. We're in relatively good shape for that battle, actually. We hardly took a scratch.
Well, neither of us took damage.
No. So that means I get my scout and you get 2 scouts. Don't forget to unexhaust
I would
your
have
dice.
taken damage, but the smoke bomb saved me.
That's right. Yay for me. And your bones goes away. And your multi-arrow comes back. Here you go. And now let's look at our card. So we each get a loot. We each get 2 training points and a day and a progress. So I'm going to do the day and the progress before I forget. Now we are able to challenge Mulmesh now if we want to. And let's start with Mike's loot card.
Yeah, go for loot just in case it makes a difference whenever I do rolls.
Spirits of Ebon. On a baddie's turn, prevent the application of one effect. That's huge.
I like it. I'm
For like a
it.
poison or something. Fantastic.
Isn't there something I can do with this? Like I can throw it back.
Yeah, let's take a look. You can trade loot with your party. If you want to do the next one, you'd lose your second scout, but you can search for better loot. You can roll 6 attack dice, and for each bones you roll, you reveal a loot card and you keep 1.
I think I'll do that because I'm not getting to use the multi-tool.
That's true, yeah. Let's see what happens. No bones.
Yay! No bones, so I lose it.
No, you don't. You don't. You would for each bones you reveal a loot card, and you get to keep 1 of the ones that you reveal. So you don't lose anything. It's not a trade.
Oh, right.
But there was somewhere. You're right. I do remember something about like look for better loot. Search for better loot. No, that's the only one. Yeah. Trade. You can trade loot or search for better loot. So that's it.
Okay. Well, that didn't happen. I wish I got that whenever I tried to do my attack.
Yeah, really. No bones.
So I will do that now.
Okay.
Fingers crossed. Oh, there's the bones I needed last time.
That is the bone. So you don't get to put it in attack. So where are you going to put it?
I'm going to grab 2 dice.
Okay. So he's put his skills in Brute Buster, and you can see the different sides of the die allows him to push an enemy in the direction that he rolls. A few different directions there. And Marked Enemy, that's a great one. Basically all the sides except the first 2, which are bones, are a double damage shot. So if he rolls really well, I remember I had a game once, Mike, where I actually took out the Tyrant with 1 shot. Now that's not going to happen for us because it doesn't ever happen that way. So.
Well, I reckon we're going up against the Tyrant soon, so
yeah, that's excellent.
Why I got that.
Excellent. Okay, and I've got my 2 training points now. I'm not sure whether I should put it into health because 8 health is a lot of health. You know what? I'm going to roll my 3 attack dice to see if I can avoid a bones and put 1 more in attack. Let's do that. Oop. I do own it. I only recently got it. My wonderful wife bought me. Up in Canada, it's really hard to find. Retailers just don't have it. But I found a pre-owned, a very well, hardly used at all, almost brand new condition. And it came with the base game of Too Many Bones, Age of Tyranny, which is a campaign mode, I believe. 40 Days in Daylore, one of those is the campaign mode, and 2 extra gear locks. And since then, we've bought a couple more gear locks and Undertow, but I haven't opened Undertow yet because I really haven't played through, to my satisfaction, the base game. So slowly but surely. I wish I had known about it when they ran their Unbreakable campaign, but I missed that. So. Sorry, Mike, what was I doing? I was rolling for my attack, which did not work.
So you can get a different dice and then roll for your attack again if you wanted. For
the second one, you mean? Yeah, I think I'll put in... let me just read what Flashbang does again. Where's Flashbang? It's that... that one that's level base. Don't like that one. Let's go Big Boom. Because Big Boom, from what I understand, is a damage multiplier for... Yes, I did. I may have backed that one at the all-in level, which is a crazy thing to do when I'm actually not working at the moment, but we have put a moratorium on buying any other new board games for the year, so that is my one purchase, and in Canadian dollars, it's an obscene amount. Thankfully, shipping is free regardless of where you are, so that didn't hit me for once. But man, that's going to be really nice when it comes in 18 years from now, or when it comes in. Funny thing is, I'm not even an Elder Scrolls fan. I'm not an Elder Scrolls hater, but the theme itself doesn't do much for me other than I know that it's an iteration, improvement, and more accessible version of the Too Many Bones system. So I'm pretty pumped about it. Looks really good.
Yeah,
okay.
I don't think I'd be bothered with it if it wasn't for playing this.
Yeah.
I do like the system.
So let me show you the sides of this one really quick. I don't think there's a bones on this, but there are some scary sides. So side one, I don't get, let me just read what that is. Which one's Big Boom? With the explosions on, right there. Controlled blast. I deal a number of damage as well as, but you can see there's a little skull there. You can see it on the dice itself. That means on that particular side, we're going to take a damage as well. Side 2, same thing. We're going to take 2 damage. Side 3, this is where we start taking no damage. 4, no damage. 5, 2 damage to the enemy, no damage for us. And 6, same dealio. So it's a risky one to use. I just can't think of anything else that makes a whole lot of sense. I can't get my consumables. What is Bigger Boom?
Next orange?
I don't know what Bigger Boom is. Bigger Boom looks like a nuclear explosion right here. Increase the damage of your frag. And Big Boom. You know what? I'm taking that instead. Mulligan. I don't know where that was, but Big Boom is dice number 14. Yeah, they did really well on that campaign. And I'm hoping, I mean, this sounds kind of preachy, but I'm hoping it brought in some non-board gamer people that are, you know, Elder Scrolls fans or Skyrim fans to try out board games, because Chip Theory just makes such nice productions. The physical copy is one of my most prized possessions, and I really hope it brings some people into the hobby. You know, that would be really nice.
Yeah, for a board game, it's not cardboard that they use. It's
yeah, like all these things are PVC
and chips and
stitched
dice.
neoprene. Yeah, I don't blame you. So that's the other rule. If I find a super deal on something pre-owned on Facebook Marketplace or something, I might break the rule and go get it if my wife doesn't threaten to murder me in my sleep. So,
good old mean lady.
Mean lady. That's her nickname. Doesn't murder me. She's actually not mean, just to clarify, but that's her nickname. Okay, so I'm going to try once again. Yeah, I hear you. My collection is currently at 100, and I've started culling games that they're great games. That I'm not playing them. And most of right now I have the entire Chronicles of Crime Millennium series, the 1400, 1900, 2400, and the expansion. That's what I'm culling at the moment. Not to mention I only have one 4x4 Kallax, and I'm out of freaking room, so out they go. All right, I'm going to try and roll again to get a successful. Hey, we got it. Okay, so my attack is going to go up for a total of 4, and that's it. Do you want to scout?
Yep.
Okay. Do you have 1 or 2? You have 2 scouts.
Yeah, I didn't get hit there, so.
No. So again, Black Sheep's character, who's Ghillie, has an innate scout, as well as a scout.
He's going away.
Yeah, bye break. We don't like him. And now you got 1 more. Okay, you could do a 5 or a 1. Oh, look at that thing. An owl bear. 6 health, 4 initiative, so not that fast mid-pack. 4 attack dice, though. Ouchie, ouchie. He is melee.
Terrify?
Terrify means Jeff goes and reads the sheet. That's what it means. Terrify means after this unit is attacked, place a Terrify effect die on the attacking unit until the end of its next turn. If a unit has a Terrify effect die on it at the start of its next turn, it may not target any units with that skill. So it makes itself untargetable. That's not the worst part. Inspire 1 is the sucky one, though. So Inspire 1 is the next baddie in the initiative meter takes their turn immediately after this unit, and we move their initiative die, and is granted the number of additional attack dice their turn. So even if we were separating it from going from the next baddie would go. It doesn't change its space in the initiative meter, but it gets a 1 extra attack dice as well. It's not It's not terrible. It doesn't have poison. It doesn't have.
Yeah,
It's got a lot of
It
health.
doesn't have break. It doesn't have poison. It's not the worst of the fives.
That's right. That's right. Agreed.
It's not. I don't think it's the best of them either. So I think I'll keep it as a. We could get worse.
Okay. Okay. And now my scout, I have to roll. Double roll. 4. I'm going to scout a 5. Oh, let's see if it is smart. It is smart. Oh, no. A manticore. That's an look at that thing. I know that's a mythological beast. Poison 2, rage 2. So what rage 2 means is if it's not at full health, it gets 2 extra attack dice. So you need to take it out right away, which is going to be very difficult with 6 health. It is ranged and it's going to attack. It's going to target both of us. I'm going bottom for that guy.
Yep.
Okay, that's the end of our scouting. We're going to go on to our next RPG encounter. See what we get. And it's the Mulmesh Traders. That was the special encounter we worked in before. The Mulmesh are a sticky bunch, always showing up at the most opportune time for them. Despite requiring payment in full and upfront when selling their services, they also show up at random to demand extra coin or loot for no good reason at all. Unfortunately, they have leverage, knowing the importance of keeping this adventure secret from the Ebon. These silly games are tiring. Oh, this is going to be one of those weird things. Again, they approach demanding participation in contests clearly stacked in their favor. So let's take a look at our choices. 2 choices. The first one is a non-battle, but we're playing dangerous darts. Oh man. And the second one is a battle choice. No more games. This stops now. I'll explain the first one in a second. Maybe too hasty? They look ticked. Our baddie queue is made up of baddie points, which, Mike, could you take a look for me? I don't remember.
14.
So we have 14 baddie points, so we're going to get a lot of baddies. 2 5-pointers and 4 1-pointers. Each gearlock takes damage equal to our party size at the start of battle. So right off, we're going to be down 2. We can play dangerous darts. It takes forever. And
what is dangerous darts again?
I'll go. It's a matter of looking it up in the owners in the rule book here. So prepare yourself for some lag. I'll have to go through it because I never remember where it is. I've done it 2 or 3 times and learned to just hate it. Okay, I was going to look at the index so I could figure out what page it was on, but that didn't help me. There, okay. Dangerous darts, where are you? A, B, C, there it is. Page 22. There we go. So dangerous darts. Each player and opponent starts with 10 HP using only attack dice, defense dice, or status effect dice. Poison, weaken, stun effect dice. Players must choose 3 dice, but no more than 2 of any kind. You will roll the same dice each turn, so it's a one-time choice. Non-gearlock opponents always choose 2 attack dice and 1 status effect die. Once the dice are chosen, the game begins with your opponent rolling their 3 dice. They go first, taking turns rolling available dice, apply rolled defense dice to self, deal damage, and apply status effect dice to the opponent. Bones are used for the dangerous darts backup plan. Only gearlocks may use this. So there is a backup plan for it. I'm going to pop this out and keep it partly on my screen, which may be annoying. But how many did it say we start with? I'm trying to remember.
We're on 14 or 10.
So we're on day 10.
Oh, no, we're on... What is it you're asking? What do you need?
It says gearlock. So how many do we pull is what I was asking. Each player.
Well, that's if we want to do the dangerous.
That is if we want to do that. That second one looks a little daunting for me, but...
there's a lot in that second one.
Yes. Yes.
I like the look of the second one's rewards.
Definitely rewards are nice. And if we're unsuccessful, it goes back in the encounter deck. We shuffle it in. All right. Well, I mean, we can do that.
No, we take 2 damage each at the start of it. I don't think that's too bad. We're both on good health.
Famous last words. Sort of like, what does this button do?
Well,
But
you've got a heal and I've got a heal as well, you know.
yeah, I think you're right. Let's take our chances. So the BQ is baddie points, which is a lot of baddies. We've done our scouting to the best of our ability. So let's let Tabletop Simulator build our baddie queue. Okay, so it's done that stacking thing like you mentioned. And let's see what we get. Starting off with that's that owl bear, which we looked at earlier. We've got another diving and signaling, and oh boy, so he's going to bring on a level 1 baddie after all the other ones have gone. We got a break.
So we need to add another level 1 body to the queue.
Is that what it said? I thought it did it here. Oh no, but you only do that. It would pull. Yeah, I guess it would pull. We have to pull it manually from the stack and just put it somewhere else. Yeah, there you go. Because at the end of his turn, so dive means if he is flying, he's going to fly all the way across the board and attack his target. If flight means, again, if you did tune in earlier, every second turn he's going to be untargetable. And signal 1 at the end of his turn once, he is going to bring in a 1-point baddie. The baddie leveled down from him, but he is a 5. And we've got our first break. I know you may have heard Mike and I talking about that earlier. That means every time we use regular attack dice to attack him, we're going to exhaust those for the rest of the battle. So pretty much, unless we can
it's not too bad. He's only got 1 attack, so we can leave him to the end.
Yeah, either that or I can hit him with a grenade, which would do damage to him too. So we got a few decisions to make. They are all melee, so they are going to. We got 2 breaks. Oh, that's bad. Okay, well, we're gonna have to figure something out. Mike's already put himself on the board. I'll put myself next to him, and I have to take my 2 health off, which was part of the encounter. And we're gonna roll our initiative. You go ahead, Mike. He's got a 4. And I've got a 4. I'll go behind Mike, and now let's see where they go. So our highest one is a 5. So that 5 in lane 2, which is our Griffin Howler, he's going to go before us. Everyone else goes after us. So this is lane 3, so he's next. And he's next. So our initiative meter is set up, our round tracker is set up, our battle is set up. And Mike, our this guy here, dive and flight and signal everything. He's going to go first. So he is going to attack the weakest, but again, we're the same. So you want to go to the die roll thing, since neither of us have a defense? Closest. I forgot he's melee. Anyway, you're right.
Yeah.
He's melee. So he's going to move towards Mike, and he gets to roll 3 attack die, which is a pretty powerful attack. Did you want me to roll for you, Mike?
Yep, you do.
All right, here we go. Oh, that was a bones for a second. He hits you for 2. So Mike's going to adjust his health while I place the flight marker on him. So that means until his next turn, we can't target him. He's also got that signal 1. So he has signaled for another baddie to come into the queue.
Actually, it was bad placement for both of us to be here. Because that means all of them can get an attack in.
So I could mulligan that. You want to just move over one? There you go. That's a good idea. Sorry about that. Again, if you're just joining us, Too Many Bones, 2-player against Mulmesh. Okay. So he's brought another baddie into the queue. However, all 4 lanes are full. No one can come onto the board right now, and that is the end of his turn, which brings us to Mike.
Okay, so
I guess we'll start with the target, so you can't target him.
No. Who do we... Well, we want to leave the breaks till last.
Yeah.
So that really only leaves one
possible target, which is our owl bear with 6 health.
Yeah, so I have no defense. If I bring my puppy out, he can get attacked.
Yep, but it may be just enough to make the difference. You never know.
Yeah, but if I don't have my puppy out, he won't get attacked because they can't get to me.
Yeah, though this one can get to him if you put him there.
Yeah, but
Or this one.
if I don't have the puppy out, he can't get attacked. If I do put the puppy out, he will get attacked.
Right. No, but I'm thinking it may stop this guy from moving towards you and targeting
But he
you.
only has 2 movements, so he can't get to me.
Oh, that's true. Yeah.
So
Not this turn anyway.
Yeah, I'm gonna go full damage on Terrified Dude.
Okay.
So that is 6 attack.
Now, I wonder if your marked enemy, does that apply if you use your multi-arrow? Does that apply to the multi-arrow, like the second arrow, if it's successful? Marked enemy. It says place. Oh, you have to place it on a baddie, so that's the one that's marked. And the interesting thing about it, actually, it says you can takes 2 times damage from all attack dice this turn, or the next time it's attacked by any party member.
Yeah, so if I don't roll a good amount of attack.
Oh, would that affect my grenade too?
If I left it for you, then yeah.
But no, you roll. Obviously, we'll see what you might get a really powerful attack here. You never know.
So I'm rolling it.
Okay, you got the double damage. All damage. You got 6.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That's him out.
Right. So you could choose. So using that marked enemy would not do anything.
Yeah. So I'm not going to use the dice. I'm not going to.
Or do you want to leave it for me to use?
But I would need to put it on to the target that I had.
Yeah. Okay.
And he's already gone.
So that's you. You put it back in your board.
I'm down 2 health. I can heal up. Yeah.
We also have the Tyrant battle coming, don't forget.
Yeah, I'm going to heal myself up 3 health using my card.
Okay. So Mike's going to discard his loot card and move himself up to maximum health again.
Oh, well.
1
up to
shy.
Yeah, 1 shy.
Okay.
And that's me.
Okay. In that case, because my frag grenade really does a lot more when I have a target next to it, I'm going to hold off on that for the moment. I am going to roll 1 defense. I'm just thinking this over, and 3 attack would give me 4 out of 6. I have 3 booms.
The only thing you can attack are stuff that's going to break your dice. So bear that in mind. Yeah,
well, it only breaks attack dice. It doesn't break. If I don't have reusable skill dice, but if I did, it wouldn't break those. But I'd really like him to move first before I chuck my grenade at him. Although that's going to damage me too, come to think of it. So I'm thinking I just frag him now.
You can put your smoke grenade on.
I can put it on me too, yeah. So that's 3, 4, 5, 6. And I'm targeting our ugly clay golem. Let's give that a shot. And Mike,
you're rolling attack dice on him?
Oh no, that's right. I don't want to roll attack dice. Jeez, I keep forgetting that. So I'm going to roll my max defense. I don't have any component die to use. So I guess I'm going to roll my bot. No, we have killed somebody though, right?
I have, yeah.
Okay, so I'll roll body search. And I'm not going to roll bigger boom. I don't think that stays active. Let me just read that real quick. Bigger boom is the nuclear thing. Increase the damage of your frag and boom grenades by 1. So I wonder if that means if I roll that. Hey, Victory Point Gaming, appreciate the follow. Much appreciated. And can I lock this into an active slot and hold it till I throw my grenade? Or does it have to be thrown at the same time as a grenade?
Victory Point Gamer is somebody I started following
Oh.
a couple of days ago. They started streaming themselves
Oh, way to go.
from the UK. I mentioned they will be streaming tonight, so
Nice.
thanks
I
for
will be
joining
sure
us.
to give you a follow and check out your channel. Yeah, thank you very much for joining us. I'm Canadian. I don't say a very often.
But you do say sorry.
I do say sorry quite a bit. I think we even say sorry or sorry. I don't know if this is a UK expression too. When I can't hear somebody, I'll go sorry.
Yeah, we do that as well.
Okay. All right. So it's not just a Canadian or American thing. Okay. So we've got 2 attack, those 2 dice, and that's all I can do. I am going to have to tick this down if I decide to apply the smoke grenade. Don't let me forget that. I'm really bad at it. So let's roll those 2 and those 2. Okay, so I've got 2 components of my choice. I'm going to tick this down. There we go. The smoke grenade. Who is in more danger? Oh, they both have... He has more attack, though. He has 3. So I'm going to give you the smoke grenade.
No, this brick dude is coming in to attack you.
He is, but he only rolls 1 attack die. This guy rolls 3 against you.
Okay.
All right. So I may die,
I'm happy to take...
but it'll be like one of those sacrificing, go on without me, you know, whatever it is. So you've got 2 smoke grenade, and smoke grenade, if you just turned in, means that whenever someone attacks Mike, they're going to be able to target him, but they won't hit him. They'll miss, and that'll tick down to 1. So he's got it for 2 turns, and then it's gone. I've got my 2 components. I believe body search gets exhausted. I'm not 100% sure. Yes, it does. And I'm going to put them in 2 things just because. Who cares? Okay, so I'm going to tick down, make a bomb, which means because I've used this 1, it's going to get exhausted. These 2 are going to tick down to 1, but this ticks back up to 3. Okay.
Do you have your bones? So
2
you
bones.
can hit him for 1.
Yeah,
With
exactly.
one of the
So
bones.
I can only, and also I'll keep 1 in there, and I'll use this one and throw and hit him for 1. Nothing gets broken, which is kind of nice. But I did get no defense, sadly. So that smoke grenade could have been the make or break. We'll find out. All right, and that's the end of my turn. And now Mr. Break here is going to go. So he's going to move 1. He targets strongest but closest first. And he's going to roll 1 attack die against me. So let's get some bones here for once. No damage. Of course, 2 damage. All right, so I'm getting hurt already. 1, 2. I'm not going to use my heal, although it's very tempting to, but I'm not going to, not yet. But that's the end of his turn. And now finally, our other break monster is going to move. Mike, I'll let you choose where to move him because he's targeting you. Okay. He cannot attack. He has no defense dice to roll. That's the end of his turn, and we move to round 2. Okay. Who's going first there? That's our flying guy. So he is going to come.
We have to get 1 extra dude.
Yep. Thank you. Who is going to go on the bottom of the queue? And we've got another flying one, just not as tough. So let's put him down on the bottom. And he is going to go this time, or he's not going to go till next round. I always screw that.
Yeah, he's going to go this time because we killed somebody last time. So he's coming in this round.
Right. So our bird, or what is he called? A griffin howler. He's going to come swooping back down to the ground. So we're going to take his flight status off there. If he was not already next to someone, he would do the dive effect, but he does not. And he's already used his signal effect. So the only thing he's going to do this time is target Mike. He does not have any defense dice, so we don't even have to roll these 3 dice because he's going to miss.
Well, he could roll 3 bones, so it might not.
Does he have a bones
down.
effect?
But it might not tick if he doesn't hit me.
Okay, that's true. That's true. He does not, though. So he misses, and we're going to tick that down to 1. And that's the end of his turn, which brings us to Mike. So let's head over to Mike.
Can you go now? Can you use your bomb?
I could.
Instead of me?
No, you can't skip your turn, no. As far as I know, you can't skip your turn.
Just that could do damage to all of them.
Yeah, but he's still down. So you could do an attack and choose who you're attacking. Him, obviously. You may kill him.
I will do it. It's just that the bomb would do damage to him and the ones beside it.
Well, yeah, you don't have to roll attack dice.
I do. That's all I've got.
No, but you don't have to apply them. So you can roll them, but you don't have to apply them. You could go for bones.
So I'm going to do...
You could choose not to apply them. That's what it says.
I'm going to do the split and the double damage.
Okay.
Nice. So...
Nice roll. 4 damage. Or 8 damage if you decide to apply that.
So I can...
You can kill one of them, that's for sure.
Well, I can put that on him.
And leave it.
Can I target this dude?
The new guy?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yep. He's been on the board technically since the end of round 1. We just forgot.
Yeah, so I can hit him for 2.
Okay.
Or hit him for 4. Use... No, I might as well take the big dude out.
Now, just before you do anything, keep in mind, if I target this guy, you are going to take splash damage.
Yeah, yeah.
So you might want to use a dex to move.
No, I'm not going to. So I've got the double damage on him, so I can hit him up to 8. He's only got 5, so.
Yep. I'll grab that.
So that's that. I rolled 2 on my split, so I can pick 2 dice and give it to somebody else.
Yep.
So I'll hit him for the 2.
Nice.
That's me.
That's you. Okay. So now my bomb is only going to damage one of them unless I throw it into the middle of them. But that they'd only take 1 damage each, which is kind of sucky schmucky. And
yeah, but at least it doesn't reduce your...
No, so I'm going to hit him for everything I have, and even 1 attack, I think.
We still have 2 1s coming out now.
That's right. Darn it.
And they will come out.
So let's use it. Let's use it. I'm not going to do... I could use the bigger boom, which would give us possibly a multiplier to my damage. How much health does he have?
4 on one and 5 on the other.
Darn it.
You know, if you
I'm targeting him.
Bomb on this, dude, yeah.
I'm targeting him with the bigger boom as well. I am going to roll my attack dice just for bones. So
yeah, you don't have to use them on.
That's right. Same with defense dice. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Actually, maybe I'll go 2 and 2 here. So 4, 5, 6. So 2, 2. Let's get some bones here. Yeah. All right. I'll take that. I'll slot that defense in. I'm not applying those. Those are no good because I don't want to lose them. And we'll roll my auxiliary stuff. All right. Well, I'm not using that. And I'm hitting him for 3. And then that...
Well, you could take him out. You could use these and take him out. It just means that we'll lock these
We're
two
losing,
dice
but
down.
I actually have 4. Because I have if I use my throw odds, so I'll get rid of that guy.
And you'd only be locking 1 dice then. And that means he's dead.
That's right. So let's do that. And I'll just lose. I have 1 less attack stat for the rest of the game. The battle. Should I change?
Are you locking this shield?
No. I guess it doesn't hurt, right? They don't do a lot of damage, but we'll lock it in. You can always choose to remove it.
Oh, yeah.
Like you said. Okay, and that's it for me, which brings us to the last living guy who's still going to target me. Hey, throw that smoke over here with 1 attack die. Oops. There we go. And he hits me for 1, which will get rid of that 1 shield. Still leaves me with 2, which is kind of nice. And that's it. And now the rest of them will come in 1 at a time. We've got a hardy kobold green thumb.
Yeah, I'll try and end it soon.
Oh, if we have to continue, we can do. We can make the next one the baddie encounter, the tyrant encounter.
Yeah, we can try and make the next one the tyrant encounter. It's just dinner's on the boil, so.
No problem. I appreciate you being here. Time zones are a hell of a thing. Okay, so everyone's on the board. We are moving. We have to put their initiative die in, I guess. Which guy's that guy? This guy's a 4. Oh, it doesn't matter. They go at the bottom.
Yeah, yeah.
And that guy's a 2. And we move down. And we're going to round 3. So, Mike, you are up.
So my split dice are used. I have no bones. So it's really just attack is what I'm doing.
Cthulhu, I'm in Barrie, Ontario, which is about 45 minutes north of Toronto, like in a straight line north. It's like it is a city on its own with a good population, but it's what you would have used to consider a bedroom community, but it's way too big to be like that now. Whereabouts are you? State is fine. You don't have to narrow it down.
Hey, I got my puppy out.
You got your puppy, and with no dex. That's the best side you can get. Now you can't. You put him in the inactive slot, so you know. Very sweet, nice. I'll just put. So he does not attack this turn, but he can take damage. So.
Yeah. Which is good. Means stuff will be going for him instead of us.
That's right. Yes. And just to interrupt real quick. I know you can make your decisions. Board Game Bliss is about half an hour drive from me. It's where I buy 90% of my board games, and I choose the pickup option to avoid shipping. So.
I have 5 attack dice. I'm going to roll them. Oh wait, I need to pick who I'm attacking first.
Yes. Now, Hardy's only going to take 1, but the breaks are going to steal your dice.
Yeah, I'm going to go for this dude that's attacking you.
Okay, thank you. And you've got 3 damage and 2 bones. He has 4 health left.
I'll hit him for the 3 damage, and I'll use my 2 bones and take 1 of those damage and hit this dude for 1.
Okay, sounds good. Yeah, Cthulhu, I know a lot of my American friends buy from them as well. They're it's not a typical board game store. When you go there, their actual showroom is maybe 25 by 25, but their warehouse is this massive thing in the back. So there's nowhere to play board games or anything there. It's not a cafe in that sense, but it's a great place to shop online for sure. You're all done?
Oh, yeah.
Okay,
all
sorry.
Over the gate.
As I talk over you, my apologies.
So
I've already thrown
my dice are locked.
Right, I should have ticked this down, should I not have? When I threw my frag?
I'm not sure if you did or not.
I don't know anymore. Okay. This does not leave me in a wonderful position, but I can try and get bones to use throw odds, so that helps, or throw ends. And throw ends is 3 damage. So it wouldn't help on the Hardys, but it would certainly help on one of these guys. So I'm going to try and kill this break by rolling, or no, you know what? You're untargetable for now.
Well, at the minute, they're going to go for my puppy.
Your puppa, yeah. Okay. What would you do? Go for the big stack break there, or the guy that's almost dead?
The small stack.
Okay, so that's what I kind of figured. So let's roll everything I can. So that's 2 defense, 3 attack, and we'll decide what we're applying and where. I could roll my bigger boom, but I don't have a grenade to use it with, so here we go. I got no bones. So obviously I'm not using any of my attack. I've already exhausted 1. Oh, okay, I only rolled 3. That's fine. I am going to slot in that 2. Wait, I should have only rolled 1, right? So yeah, I can only slot in that 1 anyways. Doesn't matter. And sadly, that's the end of my turn. I have nothing else.
Well, do you want to use up one of your attack dice and
just to kill him? And that'll bring me down to 2. So yeah, I can do that. So I'll put it up with the other one there.
Gonna have to do it sooner or later.
Yeah, I used to love using patches with his poison and just watch them die. So, all right, he's dead. Which brings one of the new guys, if I'm not mistaken, into play. His lane 1, that's Hardy. So he's going to move 2, and the only one he can move to, actually, he doesn't have to move. He's going to attack your guy, which is also Hardy with 1. So that's good. And he gets a 1. So your puppy takes 1 damage. And that's the end of his turn, which just leaves us with this guy who's going to move 1 space to attack your puppy with 1 die. And we'll do the same thing again. 1. So he's only going to take 1. Still got 1 life left. That poor little meat shield of a Wolverine. My favorite name in the game, Lil Yeti. It's great. It's freaking great. And that's the end of the round. Moving into round 4 with no more baddies to come onto the field. Mike is up. Let's go down to Mike.
So I'm going to use, well, it doesn't need any attacks to use him, so I'm going to get him to attack.
Yep.
The break dude.
And it won't do anything. It won't take his attack away or anything like that.
Yeah, killing a dice or anything like that. And then I'm going to attack. Let me see, how many dice have I got left? I have 3 attack dice.
You do have the Brute Buster, which would push someone away if that's a thing we need. No, not really.
I'm not sure it's going to make a difference at this point. Okay. I'm going to attack the Hardy to try and get him out of the road.
Okay, so that's this guy up here for everybody else.
And that's 3 dice I have left.
You're rolling all 3?
Attack. Yep.
Oh, because you don't lose them for him. That's right. So he's got 1 damage and you've got 2 bones. Can you... I guess if you applied that to the other guy, it would take that attack die array, right?
Well, yeah, it's an attack die that I'll be using to do it on, so...
Wait, why did you take your dice away? Or were those there from before? Because you're attacking the Hardy guy, not the break guy.
Yeah. So 2 bones, which I'll lock into there, and then the 1 attack on the Hardy dude.
Yep.
So that brings him down to 1. And that's me.
Okay. And I'm going to come up next. Wish I had a bomb to throw. It might hurt your little dude, but actually it's not even a good time. They're diagonal, not orthogonal. I'm going to try and finish off that Hardy, I guess. So I am down to 2 attack dice max, and I've used both of my defense dice, but I'm going to unslot one of them so I could roll 1 and try and get some bones. Does that make sense?
Yep.
Okay. So we're attacking whatever that guy is there. This Hardy Kobold Green Thumb has 1 health left. Hardy means he can only take 1 damage, but we only need 1. So, and I've got 2. I guess I'll slot that for now, because why not? And that takes him out of the game. I could click it. There we go. Which leaves the last guy to attack your Lil Yeti.
Little Yeti.
My favorite. And he is going to roll his 1 attack die again. And we'll see where that leaves us. 1 hit. Bye-bye, Wolverine. But he did his job.
Oh, he did.
Good doggy. And we're now moving into the last normal round before we go to the exhaustion round or attrition round, or I always forget the name of the round. I think it starts with an R. I can never remember. Anyways, Mike is up.
So I have 3 attack dice and my movement dice. So I will try my movement this time.
Right.
Oh, and I can move him any direction.
One space in any direction. Yeah.
I hit him for free, and that locks all my attack dice.
So it's up to me. Oh, and your Wolverine's also. I'll move him over to exhausted. Do you have any damage in your backup plan?
Yeah, but I need to go.
Oh, you don't have anything to roll?
Yeah, I need a lot more than what I currently have both ways. But that's all you have to do is hit him for 1.
One more, yeah. Okay, I'm going to go. And I'll throw everything I can at him, which right now is just 2. I will unslot one of my defense again to roll 1 for bones, just as a backup. So let's do that. We'll do that. We've got the bones, and we've got a damage. He is toast.
That's
and we are victorious. I'm just going to grab my little smoke screen back there. Very well done. That was a good battle. I'll try and get you out for dinner. I apologize. Either that or I can save it right here. And at some point, well, no, people want to see it in one stream, right? Thanks, Cthulhu. Appreciate it, man. Yeah, are you okay to keep going for the last battle?
Yeah. Well, we'll run for one more battle if you don't mind, and then
it's 8 o'clock there. It's time to eat, right?
Yeah. Well, I originally said the wife would be 7 o'clock.
Yeah, I thought this was actually a longer one. It's true. Okay, so let's take ourselves off the mat. Let's fix our skill dice.
But we get our rewards.
We got our rewards. I'm just doing cleanup. I'll take you back to your starting area there. Okay, we got lots of rewards. We got a progress that we don't need, so that doesn't actually do anything. But we do each get a loot, and we each get 2 training points for our final battle.
So I'm gonna grab a loot.
Yep. And Mike gets Troll Brew, single use, outside of battle. Permanently increase your health stat die by 1. At the start of your next battle, reduce your health by 3. So you'd be going up to 9, but then you'd be at 6. Like hard pass.
Yeah, I think we've only got one more fight in this, so
that's it. Yep.
Yeah.
All right, so now 2 training points for you. Are you going for 6 dice rolls to try and get no bones?
Yep.
Look at that. Holy moly.
I got it.
You have 7 attack. That is awesome.
I'm going to go for dexterity.
1 more dex. Yeah, because otherwise 7 attack doesn't do much. Okay, so he's got 7 dex for 7 attack.
Well, it's hardy is why I'm going so heavy on the...
Mm-hmm. Well, hopefully we don't get more breaks. I shouldn't have said that. There's wood. Knock on wood, no more breaks. I'm going to rest and recover. Back up to 8. And I'm going to take a loot card from way over there. And I have a sparring weapon. Ignore the bones during any of your training attempts. Oh, but it takes 3 spots. I think I'll do that, and I'll... Wait, I don't have any more training attempts to do. Unless I want to do them right now.
Well, you have 2... What did you take for your... Yeah.
I didn't take anything yet.
So, at the minute, I will borrow this, so you're not...
That's right, we're trading. That's right.
Yeah.
It does say as many times and at any time, so... during a non-battle. Okay, so I am definitely going to try and increase my attack. I have to roll 4 dice and hope for no bones. And I didn't need to use it. So now I will chuck it and I'll take back...
You can try it for a second time.
Nah, I want to put it in something else. So I'm going up to 5 attack, excuse me. And... what do I want to put it in? I don't know what this search for 325 is, so I don't want to start looking at that now. I think I'm going to put it in health. So I'm at my max health, which is 9.
Nice.
Okay, and that's it. So we are not pulling another encounter card. We are moving in to attack Mulmesh, and we do have a bonus enemy. Now, the way Too Many Bones works for anyone who's watching is it's going to give us a certain mission that we have to do, certain powers that Mulmesh has, and any enemies it says come on the map with him, we have to add this one to it. But if we kill the tyrant, none of the other enemies left matter. They all run away. So let's read his card. Our battle queue is a baddie queue is made out of baddie points. All baddies on this card are placed on the top of the baddie queue. Add Mulmesh to the bottom. So in other words, it's going to be all the baddies, then us, then Mulmesh. His skill, so each time he goes, we have to roll this dice here. But he also has skill. So Frenzy 2, if all of his attack dice hit and he gets no bones, they roll again and add the total damage of both rolls. That can be powerful. Retreat. If Mulmesh starts his turn at 3 horsepower or less, he is removed from the battle mat, goes to the top of the queue. His HP is restored once he rejoins the battle next round, I guess. Yike. Shrouded. You can only be targeted by adjacent units, so we may have to move here. In other words, we have to be adjacent to him. We can't just sit in our range spots and plink away at him. And then his Tyrant die does 2 different things. He cannot take damage if he rolls the Silver Hide, or if he does Howl, all units friendly to Mulmesh immediately improve 1 spot on the initiative meter, but it's not going to matter because they're all going to be ahead of us. I guess it's any that they're brought on, I guess. So that is what we are fighting against. So the first thing we have to do is our baddie queue, which we will reset. Are you still with me, Mike?
Yep.
Okay, just making sure. Now we did take a day on that one though, did we?
No, we didn't. I was just looking at the card. It doesn't have a day progress thing on it.
No, that's progress, but we did do an encounter.
No, it doesn't have. So if you look at this.
Yeah. Oh, you mean on the front of it? You're thinking of the progress, I think.
Maybe I am. Yeah. So
we do have to. I'll reset the baddie queue.
So it's
a lot. Wait, it didn't change it. Oops. It's 8. Okay.
There we go.
16. So we're going to get 3 5s and a 1 plus Mulmesh. So the only thing I don't know about that is, does he even start on the board if that's the case?
Yeah, I think he's the top.
Well, it says we add him to the bottom of the queue, but yeah, I think he would be the first one to go out there. So I need to grab his thing and set that first in lane 1. If anyone's in chat and knows better than me, sorry. So we've set him up. Look at that stack of health. He's got 8 health. And now we'll build our baddie queue. And we do have extra baddies. Oh, I guess, should I put this one on that stack first, or is that going to mess something up?
We'll try to see.
Okay.
Yeah, so you need to have the...
Later, okay. What? Oh, it's... Why is it not letting us do that?
Because this is
okay,
here.
Hold on. Let me bring this back to the cleanup spot. And now we'll set him up again. Lane 1. And now hit it?
No, right, so put that back over.
Okay.
Need to take it. How do you clean it?
Oh, you put it on that spot and hit clean up. Oh, and now put it... No, wait. Oh, I see what you're doing. You're putting it on top of the queue. I get it. There we go. So it's going to set him up first. Oh, okay, there we go. And then our next one, who we've seen before, a Hardy Inspire. Oh boy. I think, Mike, I don't know about you, but not just for dinner's sake, we need to take him out. And we need to take him out in 1 turn. Because he's going to retreat on his turn. Or is that at any time? If Mulmesh starts his turn, he retreats. The problem is they're all going to go first.
What is retreat?
Retreat is the one where if he has less than 3 HP, he's removed from the battle mat and comes back at full health the next round.
Okay. But he's gonna, if whenever we kill him, he's gonna disappear or come back anyway.
No. If we kill him, he's done. It's only if we wound him and don't take him out.
Okay.
So we need to make. First of all, we need to be next to him, which is a problem because only one of us can be at the moment.
Have you got a big bomb that can...
I do, which I can hit someone next to him? Or do you want me to bomb him? You want me to bolt and bomb him first? Then again, I'll be hit when I do that.
I'm wondering if the bomb effect will attack or affect him if you've hit somebody beside him.
It will, but that could leave him wounded. And like, there's a lot of strategy in here, but I mean, we can try it. The worst case is we have to, save it and call it a night.
Well, see where we are on the queue.
Now he goes at the bottom of the queue, from what I understand. So it's the baddies first, then us. Oh, you rolled? Okay. Hold on. I meant to roll twice. There we go. Same result. And then we have what is that? Another 3. Yeah, so we got a scooch. We have 2 more 3s. I'll move them all. Okay. And then we'll put them in. And then we'll tidy this up by moving it to the bottom. Okay. So we're going to get locked into a corner. There's not a lot we can do. But I can't attack him. However, I can attack someone next to him. Like I could attack this guy if you want me to go first with my bomb.
Well, he actually won't. He's got flight. He won't be there when it gets to your round.
That's what I'm saying. If you want me to go... Oh, he goes first. Oh, darn it.
And he's got signals.
But I can still target his space. I can target his space.
Well, it'd be better targeting this dude. To try and get...
He's hardy, though.
Oh, damn.
And that guy's got break, which doesn't matter that much, but...
I pulled the 1 token for this guy's signal.
Oh, okay.
So
it's all on there for when somebody dies. But if we kill him, none of it matters. So I assume you're gonna rush up to him. But if you do that and I bomb, I can't bomb him because I'm not next to him. So I have to bomb someone next to him.
Yep.
So I can bomb that space. My bombs do not require me to target an enemy. It's kind of
well, see where we are when we get there.
Okay, so let's let him go. He is going to move 2, I guess.
Yep. Move down here.
Yep. And he's going to attack you with 3 attack dice. So let's see what happens here. Hits you for 4.
Oof.
Yeah. You might want to use one of the... Do you have a heal left?
Nope.
You say no?
I don't, unfortunately.
Okay.
Okay.
And that's him. Now it's you.
So 1 dex for movement.
Okay.
I'm going to try my...
Oh, he's also flying now, by the way. That token on.
Yeah. I have 7 attack and 7 dex, so that would be 5 attack dice and
your double damage.
My double damage.
That'd be nice.
So double damage.
You got it.
I got it.
And did you just kill him?
I killed him in
One shot. That's what happened to me once. That is awesome, Mike. That's freaking... Here, you do the honors and make him die.
Bop, 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 bop. Go away.
He
you
dead.
mean little creature.
We won. That was actually a little longer than I expected, but a really good round. And if anyone's joined just recently, thank you for joining. Thank you for following. If you did, I miss all the chat most of the time because I'm very...
I've been keeping an eye on it.
I'm preoccupied. But that was a great round of Too Many Bones. We played Boomer and Ghillie against Mulmesh. It was a long game. I think we've been streaming for, I don't even know.
3 hours?
Yeah, something like that. But we were victorious, which is not usual for us. Mike, I'm going to let you go right away so you can go eat dinner. Please apologize to the wife for me. But I so much appreciate you doing this, and I appreciate everyone for tuning in and watching. Uptime is right. Oh, is that how you do it?
Yeah.
Somewhere on here you
usually
told me, but I don't know where that is. Doesn't matter.
Yeah, we're 3 hours, 23 minutes, and 8 seconds.
All right, good stream, I guess.
Thanks for the game, peeps, and we killed that guy. That was the first time we've got him.
We did. And I'm still flipping the table, even though we won. 1, 2, flip. Look at all those errors.
Have a good one.
Thanks, Mike.
Bye.
We'll talk to you later. Anyway, guys, thank you very, very much for tuning in. I appreciate you being here. I appreciate the support. Okay, I do use that. And I appreciate just chatting and watching. And Cthulhu particularly, thank you so much. I am now going to make our dinner so that it's ready for 5 o'clock. It's only 3:15 here. We are in the same time zone. Again, much appreciation for everybody. I am just starting out, and any little bit helps. I am going to now go on the stream ending soon screen. See, I'm learning. And I'm going to turn the music up and mute both of our microphones so I don't screw that up like I usually do. Thanks again, guys.